got to take it off?
Oh Lord.
Jade?
Oh God.
Because I'm on timing today.
All right, we got a lot of people in the chat already, bro. The chat.
I mean, Jade, you've been a heel to AEW fans for like 5 years, bro. Might as well put it on.
It, yeah.
All right, appreciate everybody in the chat. I see a lot of people in the chat right now already, so appreciate everybody in the chat who's been waiting, man. Thank you guys for coming.
It's a big day, folks.
We got a packed house today. It's a special occasion. Crazy shit that happened last night. I'm gonna let the ladies introduce themselves first because they are first time on the pod. Sienna, I'll start with you. We'll just go in order. So we'll go Sienna Makes and then Jesse and then.
Hey.
So I'll let you guys plug in your stuff, your socials, let everybody know where they can follow you. And then once Alan does his intro, after he's done, we will dive into all.
Oh, I think your mic cut out right now.
Yeah.
My fault. Go ahead. You're good.
All right. I'm Sienna. You guys can follow me on Instagram, Blue Sky, and Threads at Sienna SC Chanel. The handle is like right here. I have a YouTube channel at Sienna Chanel. Of course, I'm a wrestling content creator, but I'm also a broadcaster to some of the independent wrestling promotion. And I am currently in training to be a wrestling manager.
Oh, that's so cool.
Thank you.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
All right, make sure you go. And Jesse, once everybody's done, just keep going.
Here you go, Nate.
Oh, I can't hear you. Yeah, your mic's off. The new NWO is fast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Nate. They said subscribe.
Hey.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, now we can.
Okay. Yeah. I'm Mix Morose. You can follow me on TikTok and on Instagram. Those are really the only two platforms that I use. Same exact handle, Mix Morose on both. And I draw too. I have links to my art page on my Instagram page. There's a link to my art page, which is Zeros Media. So far this week, my art's been shared by Jericho, the Outrunners, and Mercedes Monet. They all share my art.
Oh,
my
dope.
Yeah,
awesome.
they shared it on their stories and their pages, so that's pretty cool. And I do other content. I do fitness and cosplay content too on TikTok.
Oh, cool.
I can't draw stick figures.
I mean, Go ahead, Jesse. You can go next.
Okay, guys, I'm Jessie. Nice to meet you guys all. It's my first time doing this. I've been watching since 2005, but I just started making it on TikTok, so it's just Jessie Lee on TikTok, and I gotta represent my boy. Let's go, Cody, all day. And yeah, that's basically it.
Alan, if you want to plug something in, no Bret Hart stuff, please.
No Bret Hart stuff today, Alan.
Yeah,
I didn't even get to open my mouth. The disrespect. and you said I'm the one that always pissed you off. Okay. The disrespect. Oh, we'll get to you. So, my apologies, chat, for that rude interruption. For those who do not know, I am Petty-Endo89, the great, the biggest heel in the history of the No Name Wrestling Podcast. Certainly after this episode, I will be hated by that chat. All the socials are the same. Follow me. I've been watching since 93. I'm probably the most controversial wrestling content creator, small creator anyway.
If you don't...
Let's go.
Yeet, the legend, Petty-Endo.
All right, man.
Yes,
what are we talking about?
Guys, G wants to say some stuff.
No. You're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait.
I can get some meetings.
You're going to have to wait.
Why do I have to wait? This is in a row. I was right.
How many times have you started?
I don't really know if that was your idea or not, bro.
What?
Stole it from somebody for all we know.
We have video evidence.
I'm gonna let Nate go because Nate ain't been on here in a minute.
Oh, you know,
it's been a couple episodes.
You see how they do me chat? You see how they do me chat? But
I'm gonna let Nate. He ain't been on here like 2 episodes, bro.
Hey man,
baby, gonna make you right.
Yeah, bro.
I'm gonna let Nate go first, bro. All right, we know what everybody here to talk about. We just start with the John Cena shit, bro. You want to throw some Jey Uso in there? He can throw some shade in there too if you want. But we can talk about the John Cena stuff too.
By the way, they could have at least let Gunther cut a promo last night. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
He was trying to beat Jay's ass.
He wasn't here last week, so we never got his prediction of what he thought was going to happen because we talked about it a little bit in the chat. So, what did you think, and then how do you feel now that we see where we're at now?
What did I think? I didn't think Cena was going to turn heel. No, I'm not going to claim that. I had my own little fantasy booking that I had. If you add a video, I was like, basically Roman takes Seth's spot, and then we get a fatal 4-way. That was what I wanted. What I thought, I was like, it's probably going to be Cena or Punk. And if Cena won, it would just be more Cena trying to get to Cody, like, hey, don't crack, like, don't sell out, don't do all that. Obviously, that didn't happen. So yeah, I mean, pretty much, I didn't. What happened last night is not what I thought was going to happen, which I guess G Baby predicted. I guess I don't know. I don't know if give props or not, but
So
I don't think a lot of us saw that happen.
He did predict the Cena heel turn. I don't know. He didn't predict like that. Not
yeah, no.
I didn't predict Travis Scott being there. My bad.
Yeah, he ain't predicted.
I didn't predict Travis Scott.
I mean, he is a part of it. I mean, he is a part of it, though. He is a part of it.
It's a new corporation.
Yeah.
Smack the shit out of Cody.
It's crazy work.
Slap. And
Shame on you, G.
Ladies,
Shame on
we'll
you,
start with
man.
Sienna. I'll let you go for how did you feel about the whole scenario, the whole breakdown of what did you think was going to happen, and then how did you feel about what you saw?
I mean, honestly, I didn't expect Cena to turn heel in the first place. Like, the moment that he did embrace Cody and, like, the expression, I knew for a fact that he's gonna, like, turn heel. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And this is, like, one of the most, like, memorable, like, heel turn that we haven't seen in, like, over 20 years. Because the last time we seen him as a heel, he was Dr. Thugonomics.
Yeah.
But it was just like for like a whole year in general. But to be quite honest, like him being Dr. Thugonomics, it was like, okay, that was cool as hell. He was trying to be healed, but like he was like more over to the fans. But now that he's like going into this whole full-fledged heel turn and aligning with The Rock, that was like, this is gonna be a very interesting like thing. I know some people are like comparing like this whole heel turn to like when Hogan turned heel when he was in WCW, like in kind of like a similarity aspect of it. But then now,
Very similar.
yeah, very. But I'm actually like really excited how it's gonna play out for the whole time, especially this is gonna be his final year before his retirement by the end of this year. I'm here for it altogether, and that actually put a huge smile on my face seeing Cena going full fledged heel. I'm loving it.
Minx, what about you? What did you think was going to happen, and how you feel about after what you saw?
I don't know what I thought was going to happen, but I did not think it was going to be that. I did not think it was going to be that. Okay, when Cena stayed in the ring after winning the Chamber, and for some reason, something about that just felt off to me. I was like, why do we need Cena to stay in the ring after his Chamber win for something that has nothing to do with him? This is between The Rock and Cody. We're trying to get Cody's answer. And we already know from how extra The Rock was acting, doing all this crazy stuff, putting Cody's soul and the date of his dad's death on the belt. He was being so extra that no, I don't think any of us would have said yes to that man. Who would say yes to somebody who's acting like that? Like he was acting like scary. So I think we all knew Cody was going to say no.
No, he was acting very Diddy-ish.
Diddy.
He was acting
Very.
That boy.
kind of
That
scary.
gives a
Why is you
vibe.
caressing his head, yo? You weird fuck.
You put the date of my parents' death on something, I'm already like, what's wrong with you? So I think we all knew Cody was going to say no, but then I think I called Cena turning heel when he stayed in the ring during the segment, and then once he celebrated Cody saying no and then gave him that hug, I was like, something about to go down. Something about to go. But me, I'm thrilled about it. I love it.
Yeah.
I've been wanting Cena to turn heel again for a long, long time, and I did not think they were going to do it on this run because this is his last run, and it's kind of for his longtime fans that want to buy his merch. Just because of the merch sales, I was like, I don't think they're going to turn him heel. They're going to want to sell a lot of Funko Pops and towels and T-shirts and things, but I'm thrilled. I'm happy. I can't wait to see where it goes.
Jesse, what about you? What did you think was going to happen, and how you feel after?
Well, I'm actually going to add to that because I actually hated all the Rock promos. I was like, please get this man away from the camera. I cannot take him anymore. But he honestly did a 360.
Thank you.
He did a 360 with me, I'm not going to lie, because that whole thing yesterday just blew my mind. I'm like, wow. Okay, we actually did need him. Unfortunately, we did to do that promo yesterday with John Cena because he really put the pieces together. I know I don't like him as a person, but he's a good heel. And I actually didn't think John Cena was going to win at all. I thought it was going to be CM Punk somehow winning with Paul Heyman and becoming a heel right then and there. Like, I didn't even think John Cena was going to be in it. at all. But it's crazy how it turned out.
No, yeah. Alan, I'll let you go, and then I'm gonna let G go after you.
So, I'm gonna try to stay composed. Malik, we had a conversation before this. I hated it, and I saw what was coming.
Wow.
Not only when he stayed in the ring, but then like instantly when John Cena wins, it's like there's no way that they're gonna have him handed off to him babyface to babyface. Like we're over that. I'm not gonna lie, I crashed out. I hated it. I was like, are you kidding me? After all these years, now towards the end, like there were times where it was myself and other Cena fans where we were like, is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? And it never happened. And you want to do it at the end? I get it. It's probably going to either be to propel Cody higher, or he wins what a record-breaking title, and then he's not here for long. I hate the whole thing. I just hate it. I hate it.
Do you hate more so like the idea of Cena turning heel during his last retirement tour, or are you just confused about it right now?
No, I hate that he's turning heel now.
Just now instead of like before. Like if this was 10 years ago, they'd be different.
Yeah, and that's the other thing that kind of pisses me off about the situation is I've been seeing it all over social media is people comparing this to the NWO formation, which the two couldn't be any more different. Hogan was in his prime. Hogan was going to have at least 3 to 4 years to absolutely run WCW. That's not what's going to happen with Cena. This is a short term.
Prime is kind of crazy. Prime is crazy.
That's doing a lot of work.
Wasn't he pushing 40 at that time?
That's like Prime is crazy.
He still had layers. He still had layers too.
At that time, 96, 97.
Still not a Prime,
96, 97.
Wasn't niggas tired of him though?
Huh?
They were tired of him. That's why the heel turned.
No.
That's why the heel turned.
It was very much kind of like what happened with Roman Reigns.
But there's a difference of being that motherfucker still and being in your prime.
His prime was also 30 seconds long.
Yeah. No, he wasn't that dude, but he was still in his prime.
So there's that.
You said the body slam was slam on Andre was his prime.
He was in his prime from the time that Andre came up to the time that Andre went down.
And then his prime 96, he was still in his prime.
His prime started when he picked him up. It ended when he
I see what you're saying though. Like you knew there were going to be a lot of layers with Hogan turning heel, and it was needed because people got tired of the Hulk Hogan babyface gimmick. But it seems now with Cena, people I guess just got over it and felt like it's never going to happen. And now with this retirement tour, people seem like to love John Cena more now than ever. Now that he's no longer there, so now they pulled the trigger. It's like, damn, bro, y'all could have did it when people hated him. You know what I mean? Like, but now people love him. So it's like, I see the aspect of what you mean by it. I mean, I get.
Look at every rival he's ever had, whether it be Edge, whether it be Randy Orton. They've all, at one point in their career or the others, turned heel. And they're all Hall of Famers and they're all superstars. Just saying.
All right, G, baby, go ahead and bore us to death.
G, just remember, we got a full cast today.
Wow.
Man, so.
G,
yeah,
can't
so
for
we gonna let G. Cliff notes, my dog.
We're gonna let him get off his chest real quick, and then we move on. Let me
see you chat. I appreciate y'all because you see how they hate when I'm right. When I'm wrong, they want to be on my neck. But you see how
they technically though, I mean,
Here's my thing, right? And I'm really only referencing the people who've been on this pod with me for the past couple of weeks when I told y'all this was gonna happen. Because one, everybody thought CM Punk was going to win. I don't know why. Seth and CM Punk have been the plan for a year and a half. No way in hell were either one of them going to win that chamber. No way in hell were either one of them going to win that Rumble. They need to fight in Mania. That's the blow-off. It's been that way since Punk got hurt in last year's Rumble. Don't know why y'all thought that, right? Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre? Maybe Drew, because Nate was talking about how maybe he might be the one. That one I could kind of give you, but Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, clearly the plan. That's why they moved them to SmackDown. So then your only two options are John Cena and Logan Paul. Don't nobody want to see Logan Paul right now. Right now, maybe not. Maybe later on, but right now, don't nobody want to see Logan Paul in that match because he's already lost to Cody. So then you move on. Cena's the only logical option. So I told y'all, I think they want to preserve Cody as a babyface. And if you have Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, babyface to babyface, and Cody Rhodes win that match, that nigga is getting booed into oblivion. How do you preserve that? How do you preserve that? Boom! John Cena heel turn. Because it's the only thing that makes sense. Now, do I think we needed The Rock to do it? No. However, I'm going to bring y'all back again to the Royal Rumble when that nigga lost. I told y'all then, when he got in that press conference, and he said, I think it's best for business that I main event WrestleMania and win 17. That is heel 101. Ever since the authority, that is heel 101. If somebody tells you something is best for business, heel turn, heel. And y'all didn't want to listen to me. Y'all didn't want to hear. I told y'all that niggas getting
kick him off the show
because he lost.
He
lost. Honestly, real talk. We know the internet's not a real place.
This is cinema.
Everybody was tripping that Jey Uso threw him out. Everybody tripping. You don't think Cena felt some type of way about that? You don't think Cena was like, whoa, I lost to Jey Uso? You know what? That's when the wheels started turning. I'm getting desperate. I gotta win 17. I gotta do, because it's best for business, guys. Heel 101 authority. I tried to tell y'all, and y'all was hating on me. Mo, you was hating on me. Malik, you was hating on me. Nate, you wasn't really here. Lewis, you felt me. You wasn't really hating, but you understood. You understood the vision. And Jade, you can go ahead and put that durag on. If you ain't go ahead and put that durag on. Because I tried to tell y'all, this is 2 years in a row. This is the last thing I'll say. This is 2 years in a row. Last year, when The Rock tried to take Cody's spot, I gave y'all the full bulletproof plan. I said, this is all you need to do. And what did Triple H do? Everything, word for word, bar for bar. To the cash-in. He did everything word for word, down to the cash-in that y'all wasn't feeling. Remember, he did the cash-in that y'all wasn't feeling. Because remember, before Damian Priest cashed in, none of y'all wanted to see that shit. And Triple H did it word for word, bar for bar.
No.
You
brought up the IC title.
You did bring up the IC title. That was crazy. You did bring up the IC title. That's crazy.
No, Mo. When I brought up the IC title, that was when he first won it, and that was the first 2 titles that came out of his mouth. When I gave y'all that full bulletproof plan, I literally said, Drew can win, beat Seth, and he's gonna be obsessed with Punk. That leads to the cash in for Damian Priest. You get a win-win, a cash in that's not wasted, and Damian Priest ain't got to hold to that long. Word for word, bar for bar, and now we're here, year 2 in a row. There's video evidence. There's a viral TikTok clip of me giving the plan. There's video evidence. I'm not lying. It's on TikTok.
PC not a thing no more, bro. It's in the past.
Yeah,
it's on the No Name Wrestling pod. We were No Name Wrestling, not PC.
Yeah,
we were No Name.
Built to WrestleMania. The IC title. You brought that up.
You brought that up. Since y'all think I'm tripping, let's go back.
Go on to TikTok and delete it.
Even the chat saying it. You did say it.
Yes, I did say I
he did say. He did say.
Bring up the IC title when he first won because
which was Malarkey.
Because when Damian Priest first won the Money in the Bank,
he's kind of pushing it. He's kind of pushing it.
No.
You look like
you low key were.
But
you were pushing the other narrative.
I was not pushing out the narrative. I told
you were pushing the other one.
I said, don't be surprised because when he first won that Money in the Bank, the first 2 titles that came out of his mouth, he was like, I could cash in on the US. I could cash in on the IC. And I was like, why would he say that? That makes no sense. Don't be surprised if they do some stupid shit because at the time, Roman was still holding them niggas hostage and Seth had just won the title. So I said, don't be surprised. But once we got to Mania season, I gave you the full bulletproof plan. It's on TikTok.
You did.
Stop playing with me. That's 2 years in a row. Thank you,
You
Hunter
still
Helms.
taped for Finn Balor.
Yeah.
So I don't know, bro.
That ain't got nothing to do with right now.
G-Baby cooks once a year.
You should be flamed eternally for that, but we'll move on.
Bro.
Listen, G does have his valid points. I mean, he did say a lot of that stuff, so I ain't gonna knock him for that. But he got some hit or miss takes, though. He got some hit or miss takes, you know.
A lot of miss.
Jade, what do you got the do-rag on, man? So I mean, apparently you got something you got to say. So go ahead, man.
Oh, buddy,
let's go,
ladies. In case you don't know, we gave Jade that do-rag for a special occasion. So when he puts that on, he means business, I guess. So you know, he got something.
Chat hashtag do-rag Jade.
Yep.
Hashtag do-rag.
Give me the merch.
I'm sitting here thinking maybe No Name Wrestling Podcast isn't a good face for us because our name's just G now. Our name is G. We're the G Wrestling Podcast. G, listen, man. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Here
Listen.
we go.
No one is here to say that there isn't sense in what you're saying. I'm not even going to troll you and act like you didn't say some of those things. It's just it's your delivery that leaves a little bit to be desired. And for you to look down the lens of that camera and tell us that if someone had walked up to you last night and said, I am offering you the possibility of betting every dollar that you have on 100-to-1 scale that John Cena is going to turn heel, that you would have turned over that check. Because you and I both know you wouldn't have. As much sense as the story maybe made when you broke down the pieces like that, as much sense as the winner made when you think about, yes, Punk and Seth likely have other things they're going to do. Obviously, Priest and Paul and Drew aren't going to be in that spot this year. So, yeah, maybe I still thought that Punk could have made sense, but they went the other direction. But for you or anyone to act like you had the book in such a way that you would have wagered every dollar you had that Cena was going to turn heel, like it was some sort of preordained guarantee. There's a reason that they did it. There's a reason that it got the reaction that it did. There's a reason that Cody Rhodes threw an F-bomb last night, and we're all just brushing that off. WWE let a freaking F-bomb fly on nationally televised pay-per-view last night, and we're not even thinking about that right now because John Cena turned heel. So, again, as much sense as your points make, you're not going to convince me for a second that you thought prior to last night that it was some guaranteed thing, and that's why it's so surprising.
So let me ask you this, G. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Ask that question.
You said Cena was going to turn heel, but did you think he was going to turn heel last night, or you thought it was going to be later down the road?
As we were leading up into Elimination Chamber, all I wanted to see was what was the main event. That's what I wanted to see. If the Elimination Chamber would have been the last thing to end the show, I would have thought he did it at Mania. The fact that it wasn't and Cody had not came out yet, I said it was happening that night. Now, Jade, I am a gambling man. I have Prize Picks. I bet every day. I do not bet the house. I do not bet the entire $100 sitting in that deposit. But best believe I'll bet 25 on a little 2-leg. Best believe I'll bet 15 on a little 5-leg. So if you're asking me, if Prize Picks would have had Cena heel turn, yes, no, I would have put 25 on it. I would have put 25 on it and lived with the consequences. I definitely would have.
Maybe I would have too. You're just, you and you and we know you very well, G, and I'd like to think that we're all pretty good friends at this point on this podcast. But even someone like you, who I know very well, and you're never going to convince me that you thought going in. Now, like you said, if you're telling me once we realized that it was the main event, because even once I realized that the chamber was happening and I didn't hear The Rock's music, I was like, oh shit, maybe something is going to go down with this Rock Cody nonsense. Because I just thought it was going to be Roman, honestly. I thought that Roman was going to come out, interrupt. You didn't pick me. I still think maybe we're getting The Rock versus Roman. I think after last night, I'm more hopeful that we're going to get Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania, honestly. But yeah, so and then to address Petty's point with his dissatisfaction and all that stuff. Again, like I said, Hulk Hogan's prime lasted 30 seconds at WrestleMania 3. That's number one. Number two, we look back at the NWO thing, and to this point, the NWO heel turn has been my top-ranked heel turn of all time, just so we're clear. But I think last night stole the show. The only thing I had wrong with the heel turn last night is I'm forgetting his name. I'm so wound up right now. Travis Scott.
Travis Scott
did not need to be there. Even if you say, oh, it makes the moment feel bigger. Cena literally had to press Cody's head back to the mat because Travis was not listening and didn't leave Cody where he needed to. He had no business being there. He had no idea what he was doing. He was obviously high, which, again, if that's what you do, to each their own. But in a moment like that Triple H knows this is going to be a WrestleMania course altering YouTube clip that is going to live in infamy for the rest of eternity. Why do you have Travis Scott there? Why?
Yep.
Why?
That
It
I
doesn't
agree.
make
That
any
I
sense.
agree.
Literally the only reason.
I
That's the
mean-
only
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
nitpick that I had about
Do
it.
I get
Imagine
to
back in the
respond to
NWO.
that?
Imagine back if the NWO turned heel and Ice Cube was in the ring.
Malik, do I get to
Oh
respond
my
to
God.
what he just said?
Dennis Rodman
Fucking
would have been
crazy.
there.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dennis Rodman.
Oh, no, go, what'd you say, Alan?
Do I get to respond to what he just said?
Sure. Why not? Go ahead.
First of all,
Oh no.
Yes, sir.
Battle of the Unks. Let's get it.
Hulk Hogan's prime is a lot longer than 3 years. Let's start there, but we'll get off of that. Number two. Don't try to steal my thunder. Number two.
They have it on.
The
This is gonna
reason
be good.
why I have such an issue with people, and I get your point about that long-standing YouTube memorable moment. The reason why I get so pissed off when people compare it to the NWO is because the NWO changed the game and transcended the business. You had never seen a faction take over one wrestling company like that before 1996. Name one. Okay.
So now hold on.
Let me finish.
Okay, all right.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Let me finish. And it transcended the business because then WWE started bringing up its functions. I said functions because I'm looking at the chat. Factions and whatnot, and it made WWE raise its game up, and we all know. Number two, as pertaining to my dissatisfaction, once again, it's not that Cena turned heel. It's that you're doing it now, at the end of the road. What long-term effects this is going to have, it's going to be different because we're in a different era. This is the social media era. What's yesterday's news isn't today's news. I don't think we're going to be talking about the Cena heel turn a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. I just don't. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. So.
But I'm the one that.
I don't know about that one, brother. I don't know about that one.
I don't believe it.
Hold on. Let Lewis go. Hold on. Let Lewis go.
I want to respond because I really don't got really much to say about the show. I think it's a little bit disingenuous to put and say, oh, when NWO turned heel, in the grand scheme of things, they changed everything. I think it's a little bit disingenuous to put that in there because we haven't seen the Cena heel turn really take off. I think when people are putting it on the level of Hogan's heel turn, they're comparing the moment. And it's very similar. When Hogan turned heel, Hogan was a babyface all the way up to that point, didn't need to turn heel, and up to that point, you wouldn't bet either that Hogan was going to turn heel. It's very similar with Cena. 22 years in, he didn't need to turn heel, and we thought, oh, well, with this tour, we're going to get the final run of Super Cena. So I think it's a little bit disingenuous to say NWO created a whole revolution. They created a whole new era when he didn't even give a chance for Cena to start cooking yet. He didn't even turn 24 hours
Thank
yet.
you.
Before we move on, hold on. I need to
Hold on.
He's going to be here maybe what?
Hold on. I'm gonna
Yes,
stay quiet.
he
Hold on.
can.
I'm gonna stay
Go
quiet
ahead,
most of the
Louis.
show. Hold
Go
on.
ahead. Yeah,
I'm gonna stay quiet most of the
You
show.
got it.
I'm
No,
gonna
you're
stay
good.
quiet most of the show because this is what I
You're
really wanted to talk about. I just think it's a little bit disingenuous to see what NWO did and the entire outcome that happened with NWO when we haven't even given the chance
been
to see
24
Cena
hours
cook yet. He just turned heel. Hasn't been 24 hours yet. When people are comparing the NWO heel turn, they're just comparing the moments itself, not what happened afterwards. So give Cena time to cook. And for you to say that we're not going to talk about this in a year, 2, 3,
That's why.
That's reaching.
Crazy.
I think, but again,
That is a Space Jam reach.
Hey, I'll say this.
Space Jam
again,
ass
like I
reach.
said, I think it's a little bit disingenuous. I think it's a little bit disingenuous and unfair because it sounds like you're writing off Cena when he hasn't cooked yet. Let him cook, and then after Cena retires, we can compare what the NWO did and what Cena did. If Cena has the same impact or whatever, because we don't know what guy Cena's going to put over. We don't know who he's going to elevate. We don't know how this is going to change the landscape of WWE forever. But we won't know unless we become open-minded and let Cena cook. It's not fair to say NWO did this when Cena hasn't even turned heel for 24 hours yet. It hasn't even hit most people yet. So let him cook, and then we can compare in 2026.
We got to see before GTA.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna
Facts.
I'm gonna let Mo go next because he hasn't said.
Bring it back around to me at some point because I need to address another thing that Petty said.
All right.
I'm not gonna be able to move
Bye.
on.
Yes,
Sorry.
I think the part that Petty is ignoring and why people are comparing this to Bash of the Beach 96 is the fact that this is the same guy for he turned face in 2003. So for 22 years, they did everything. Fans booed him out of arenas. Bray Wyatt tried it. Kane tried it. Like, there's the Cena heel turn did not happen. And what makes it more shocking is that we're in the midst of a retirement tour. I think that's the part people are comparing it to. We're in the part of where we're saying goodbye to John Cena. That's why it's incredible. It's shocking. And to say we're not going to be talking about it in a year when the John Cena heel turn was discussed for damn near 20, that's crazy. And why are people saying I'm not selling the RKO? That guy is not me. God, I'm tired of it.
I was like, yo, that's Mo.
Calling speed.
Oh my god! No,
All right, JJ, say what you got to say real quick. So
I just have
Here we
to
go.
say, I just have to say, and maybe this isn't what he meant. And I took off the do-rag because I've always respected Petty. G, you know I love you.
Of course.
I talk to you guys more than I talk to people that I've been friends with my entire life. So nothing that I say here is meant with any vitriol in any way. But one argument that it sounded like, and maybe this isn't what he meant to say, but one argument that it sounded like Petty was making that I just always disagree with on principle because it's so easily cut in two with simple facts is the base argument that A came before B, therefore B can never be better than A. And I just don't agree with that because Dan Marino came before Tom Brady. Who's the better quarterback?
Good
Like,
foot.
come on.
Brady, yep.
So I
understand
that NWO set the table for future heel turns, but when you compare the two, throwing in the piece of, well, which one of them came first, I don't even think should be part of the conversation because John Cena can't help when he existed. Like, he can't help when he was conceived.
Well,
Maybe
and
he
as
would have
you
done
said-
this 20 years ago and it would have been excellent. Who knows? That's my
And
only
as you
point.
said, that's not necessarily what I was getting at. I was simply saying
Right.
comparing the two in a glass. Like, but we'll see the long-term effects. Hey, look, I could be wrong. 2-3 years down the road, if we're still talking about it, I'll sit right back up here and say, I was wrong. But as of right now,
go ahead and prepare that
we'll let
speech.
it ride.
You're never gonna be wrong, bro.
Right, dude.
So wait. Before we move on, I just want to ask. What do you need to see for you to put it on the same level as Bash Beach? Like, what do you specifically need to see from this run?
The landscape of the WWE must completely change. So what we're seeing right now, there has to be significant changes. Like, it has to transcend the business, because if it doesn't, then it's not on the same level. Shock value moment, I got that. And maybe I should have clarified separating the two. But if this heel turn simply just puts Cody over even more, or he gets a 17th title and then, just kind of rides off into the sunset, that really didn't do much for the business long term. That's a short term fix. Whereas the NWO was a little bit more long term. Now, I did eventually kill the WCW too, which someone mentioned in the chat, but that was a long term effect. So, like I said, I'll sit back and wait at this point. But
by the way, if WWE thinks this is going to keep Cody from getting booed at WrestleMania, got bad news for you.
It's not.
That's not going to happen.
Not in Las
People are
Vegas.
going to love John Cena
Especially
at
not in Las
WrestleMania.
Vegas. I already
I'm just
know
throwing that out there. I'm just throwing that out there.
I think they love Cody equally too, though. So
I wonder where the old heads for all those years that hated Cena for being this kiddish guy is at right now.
I mean,
one that I used to watch, and he still hates.
I've seen
I
a
hate
couple.
him, man. He's all for the kids.
They're
Now
still
he's
hating,
missing
bro.
Yeah.
kids now.
all right. So before we move on, I gotta say what I gotta say because this
Oh,
shit
yeah.
hurt my
Go
soul.
ahead,
I
Malik.
can't lie, bro. I'm hurt, bro. I'm torn.
Go ahead.
This is my man's right here, bro.
I am too.
I'm
bro.
a part of the bro. I grew up with the John Cena. Bro, that's my guy, man. I don't know how to feel about it, bro. I don't know how to feel about it. Like, I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. It's like, I don't know if I should embrace this hate, but my inner childhood is like, bro, the hustle, the loyalty, respect. He just threw it out the window. I was a believer, man, for years, bro. And now it's just dead to me, bro. Like, my whole childhood feels like it just died yesterday, bro. I feel like I just watched the death of my 8-year-old self just watching John Cena and being like,
Malik
this,
doing the little
this
kid
is
lip
my
cry.
guy,
You do
bro. Like this has been my dude, bro. Like, I'm kind of with Alan too. Like I was one of the people that said like, if he was gonna turn heel, I would have much rather seen it happen like 10 years ago. You know, like during the Rock feud or like at his peak, because I felt maybe we can get more layers to it. But after what I saw last night, I don't know what's going to happen because he is on a limited schedule. So I'm not saying that they can't make it work. I mean, I'm going to trust the process and watch it and see what happens, because I feel like they wouldn't have done this if they don't have a plan for this to make it all work. And this is a big deal. Like, this John Cena turning heel. So I definitely feel like they're not going to do this unless they got the plan laid out. Like, this is what we got to do to execute things. Like, you can't just do this and just not know what's next. Like, I genuinely hadn't felt this way shock value since the Streak died at WrestleMania. That's how big this was for me. Like, when the Streak died, I was like, the Streak can't die. Like, what I just see? That's how I literally felt last night. Like, I was what Mink said too. I was like, when Cena was in the ring, I'm like, man, something ain't right, bro. Like, why is he standing there? Like, what are you there for, bro? Like, I kind of thought maybe like, what if Cody actually does accept the offer and it just beats the crap out of Cena? Like, that would be insane. Like, kind of thought that, but then he said, "Go fuck yourself." This is wild. Like, what are we doing here? Like, what is? Am I watching WWE or is this like Adult Swim right now? I don't know what's going on. This is wild. But then I saw that face expression. I said, "Nah, this can't be happening, bro." And then just watching the visual of Rock just letting Cena beat the shit out of Cody, and then them standing there with that visual, like I don't know how to feel about it. I really don't know how to feel about the situation. Like, I don't hate it, but a part of me doesn't love it either. It's kind of like a part of me does selfishly kind of wish Cena didn't turn heel, because he was like the one guy you never expected it. Like, if nobody ever, if there was somebody that never did it, it would have been him, and I think people would have accepted it. Like, okay, if nobody ever did it, it was him. We get it. We understand it. Like, it would have been cool to see it, but we understand it. But like, what happened last night? It literally like how if like Superman turned on the people. That's how I felt. Like, if Superman that turned heel, that's what it would have looked like in the universe. If it was in a movie, that's what that shit would look like. I generally
I mentioned before the pod.
I woke up today and I was like, this nigga really just he just fucking go, bro.
It really hit me till I woke up.
I mentioned before the pod, I had a friend who, like you, Malik, is a lifelong John Cena devotee. He did e-fetting with me for a long time, and his character was based on John Cena. And he said it feels like when you were a kid and you found out Santa Claus wasn't real.
Bro, I'm not kidding, bro. Like, I dressed up as this man for Halloween for like 4 years in a row, bro. I didn't want to be nothing else. Every Halloween, my mom, we don't know I'm John Cena, bro. Don't ask me. I'm John Cena, bro.
Do you know how crazy this heel turn was, bro? Yesterday, I was out having a good time, and I was drunk as fuck. But I caught the ending of Elimination Chamber, and as soon as I see Cody get kicked in the dick, my drink went down.
So Lewis, the only reason.
Bro, my sister was right next to me. She said, "What happened?" I said, "Cena turned heel, and she don't watch wrestling." She's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "This dude is the Joker."
And Lewis,
bro. What the
Lewis, you don't
This man is
understand.
a bad guy.
And Jade, all love, of course. The only reason you didn't start this podcast with the durag is because me and my girl went shopping yesterday, and I did not finish Elimination Chamber until 10 minutes before this show. Because we was out later than we wanted, so I turned all notifications off. I didn't open Telegram, nothing. If I would have watched it live, y'all would have started with the durag, because I would have been lit for hours. You would have never heard the end of it. You would have had to turn your phone off.
It was
I
like,
would have been sending voice messages all night.
it's just it's a weird feeling for me, bro. Like, growing up, that was my idol right there. That was my guy, man. Like, I wanted to be everything embodied like him, and it was like
Fruity Pebbles for this man.
for him to like. For him to
low-key too. Low-key.
So Malik, can I ask you one question, and then I promise we can move on?
Yeah,
Is the reason you kept pushing Punk is because deep down in your heart you really didn't want to see Cena do it? Is that why you kept pushing Punk? Because deep down in your heart you wasn't.
I thought Punk just had I just thought the story was there that made sense for it. I'm like, okay, because
it wasn't, bro.
I still feel like
it really wasn't, bro.
It was though. It was.
But
Like,
in order for that story to be there, they would have had to ignore Seth Rollins.
Seth was gonna go face Roman because there was a story for that too. Like, there was
That's what I was
lined up for
thinking
that.
too.
So I'm like,
I
didn't think Punk was gonna turn heel though.
I'm like he can face Roman because I'm still thinking like
I was just set them Punk for this.
Because I'm still thinking like,
Makes sense.
okay, Punk, I still feel like he'd be in the main event spot, right? Because that's what they've been talking about and everything. So I'm like, okay, he get the fade, whatever they do that. You get Roman and Seth. That makes sense too, because after we saw at the Rumble and stuff, because originally I thought it was gonna be a triple threat, but then you start thinking about things like the favor and stuff. I'm like, okay, that could be an idea of what they could do in that direction. Okay, I could get behind that, but the Cena heel turn, I wasn't like saying it could never happen, but I was like, all the options, I don't know if they're really gonna do that aspect, because I was still thinking too that Cena could face Logan Paul, because once he got eliminated, I was waiting for him to kind of like, is he gonna be knocking somebody out after
I
he
was
gets
about to add that too. They when they had Logan Paul come out to Cena's music, they really made it seem like that was a strong direction they might go in with Cena too. So that's why I really started thinking about it, because I'm on TikTok all the time. Malik knows, talking to people about wrestling, and like a lot of people were mentioning, no, I don't think Cena's going to win and turn heel because they're setting up that whole thing with Logan, and they want Logan to be a big star, and the best way to make Logan a big star is to have him beat Cena. And I was like, that's a good point. So the fact that they swerved, like I feel like they did a really good job swerving us, because it was like multiple storylines several people could go in, multiple directions.
Yeah, they added so many different varies to it. You know what I mean? They teased something with Punk and Logan. They teased a lot of different things that could happen within this. But I'm still thinking at the time CM Punk's going to be in the main event. So I'm like, all right, how else is he going to get in the main event? And I didn't think he was going to win the Chamber, because how else would he use that favor if he won? Like, he already won. So what's the point of him using that favor? There's no reason for that. But for the Cena heel turn, I wasn't like fully against it. I was just kind of like, I don't know if they was gonna do it. I feel like they would have already did that like 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they're gonna do it now, but I mean, hey, different people in charge. You know what I mean? Like, it's different era. So I mean, they went with it, and it worked. It definitely had me on edge, bro. Like, I don't know how to feel about it. I ain't gonna lie to you. It got me feeling type of way. Like, it's just weird to see it. I guess I just never felt it would happen, especially after they tease it so many times. Like the Bray Wyatt feud, and Kane when he breaks the hate, like they teased it so much where he never did it, you know what I mean? So it's just like, oh, he's just that guy that's just never gonna do it. Like people, I think they realize that people just look up to him so much. There's nobody else to fill in that role. But after what I saw last night, told me they have no plan to turn Cody heel anytime soon. Like, he is their superhero now.
They shouldn't.
Like they're what John Cena was for my generation, that's Cody Rhodes for this new generation now. Like, that's how they're viewing him. And because they had the last 2 WrestleManias, he's so beloved. They got The Rock to turn heel, and now John Cena, out of all people, for this storyline builds for his matches at WrestleMania. And you feel sympathy too. Like, Cody's one of those baby faces where it's like, I feel like people feel sympathy for him. Like, when he got beat up, I was like, damn, bro, like, that's for my guy now. They did him dirty, bro. Like, he always trying to do. It's like he's always trying to do the right thing, but it always comes back to bite him in the end, and then he has to fight his way back up. So they've done a pretty good job protecting him as a babyface arc. Because Lewis and other people, we came up here last week and before, we're talking about like we didn't like how Cody was looking based off like, how are him and Rock just friends all of a sudden? Like, after everything they did last year, and now they drinking tequila. Like, where did this come from? I'm sorry.
We text every day. We FaceTime every day.
Yeah,
I know
like,
your daughter. Like,
last time
you came to my
last time we checked,
dog
y'all was
movie.
not on good terms whatsoever.
Right.
So where did this come from?
And that shit makes even less sense now.
No, but listen, no, actually,
last night, last night he revamped himself just based off that one line. Right
Wait, Jade and low key do make sense though, because y'all said, why are y'all friends? Why are y'all? It was all long term.
They
He knew
never
Cody
really
was
were.
never going to turn. That's why he got Cena.
They never really were friends.
No, Rock is a master
but
manipulator.
no, at the time though, we weren't looking at it at that, because we were confused. Like, the bad blood stuff.
It still makes Cody look like a bitch.
It came
Like, how
Yeah.
you whip me, you made me bleed, and you whipped me a bunch of times. So we're gonna FaceTime. I'm not FaceTiming a nigga every day who whipped me on national television, made me bleed, and spit in my face. No,
And it came out of nowhere.
Don't ever come near me.
And talking about
don't come near my
someone's mom,
daughter. Don't
too.
come near my wife. Don't come near my dog. No, hell no.
And
Hell
mom.
no. And you caress my face on live television. Hell no. Hell no.
We're off the life. Off the life.
Oh my god.
That's why they're baby faces.
Yeah.
They-
Bad blood does make sense.
It makes sense now.
It makes sense.
Now.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it makes
Yeah,
sense now.
because it's the
but that was
backwards
the
of
point.
John
It was
Cena.
good.
He flipped. He turned. We took this and turned it.
Yeah.
It
I love
makes
it.
sense.
It all makes sense now, of course, because now the layers are starting to
He's
open
having a
up. But of
generational run
course,
this episode.
last week and months ago, nobody was putting two and two together. Like, how does this make sense? Where are they just friends all of a sudden? And even if this was the plan, where I do believe now that Rock never believed Cody was going to take the bait. It was like a mousetrap. Like they basically trapped him to basically take the bait, and he took the bait because they knew he wasn't going to do it. But we had something else planned for him, type stuff. But even in that term, though, like, why is Cody still okay with this? Though, like, why is he still? That was my issue, though. Like, yes, The Rock may have a master plan, but why is Cody like pretending like this is all good?
If they were going to do this, they should have had a scene a couple weeks after WrestleMania where The Rock caught Cody in the hallway and apologized, and then they do things where he meets him in the hallway and they dap up and they talk and they make plans. It just came out of nowhere. I've got fucking whiplash from this whole thing. Even if the logic makes sense, the fact that it came so out of nowhere is going to drive me crazy. Because it just, if they had done it, if they had polished it, they proved last year that they could polish a story, even if elements of it don't make total sense. They can polish a story to make it make sense, and there was just no polish with this. It's everything about The Rock right now. When The Rock's on screen, there's no nuance. It's bam, 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 bam all the fucking time, and that's what this story has been. So even though the payoff ended up okay, that doesn't forgive how nonsensical the build-up has been up to this point.
He's still making that money, though. That's what matters.
Yeah, Cody might low key be the problem, bro. I mean, if John Cena out of all people gonna turn heel on you, I mean,
but it's just
you saying he like Rey Mysterio? You saying he like Rey Mysterio?
One nitpick though. It's just that one nitpick.
He the new Rey Mysterio.
Louis, you're the type of dude that if you step on a tack, it's Cody's fault. Golly, leave that man alone.
I don't hate Cody. I don't hate Cody.
It all just has to make. It all just has to.
Hold on. If I'm late for work, I blame it on Bret Hart because why is he still?
Hey, he did say he slapped Hulk Hogan. He said he slapped Hulk Hogan, so
leave that man alone.
He might get more respected. He might get more respect. He might move up.
He cool.
It's just that one little aspect though. Like before we move on, that was just the only thing that didn't make sense to me. Like, why is Cody okay with this? I get he's the ultimate babyface, but it's like, bro, like y'all was beefing really bad last year. Now y'all just like cool because The Rock said y'all were cool. Like what? That doesn't add up to me. Now I guess it makes sense now because they trapped him and it was a big trap. But even though, so like what we saw from Cody last night, he should have been saying that. Like, bring it out my face, bro. Like, what you think this is, bro? Like, I ain't forgetting. Like, it would have been different if Rocket came out after Mania and maybe he apologized. Like, I don't know, there was something in between, but there was nothing in between from at the build last year until what we saw that they indicated that they were ever cool at all. So it just kind of was thrown out there, but to their advantage, it worked. You know, they made it work out. So, you know, we are where we are. It worked for the better. Ladies, before we move on to the next topic, do you have anything else you want to add to this? Any crazy prediction or something that you want to see from where we go into?
No, I was just going to say, I think that could, what you were just saying, what Petty Endo was just saying, and Cody Silver was just saying, I think that could be an issue going forward, because a lot of people that I talked to were actually a few people I talked to predicted, like, what if The Rock and Cena team up and both turn? What if Cena's the person that turns heel? And I remember saying to somebody, I don't think that that's going to be possible because The Rock and Cena are both on like limited schedules. So how are they going to like coordinate them to like even be on the screen together enough? So I do think that that's part of why the story has like had that little gap in it. Like, when did they ever become friends in the first place? It's because of The Rock on a limited schedule and then Cena on a limited schedule. I'm hoping that they still find a way to make everything make sense. But I am, even though, like I said before, I'm all for it, I am still all for it. I am hoping that like them just being on TV here and there doesn't like mess anything up going forward. That's the only concern that I have about it.
And also, how long is The Rock and Cena going to team up before one of them will turn?
Yeah, because I mean, eventually The Rock, turned on his ass for all he went, for all we know. You know what I'm saying? We never trust him. Jesse, what about you? Do you have any last thing you want to say before we move on to the next topic?
I got a hot take. I mean, this might not happen, but I think more people sold their soul, and maybe we'll find out more in the future, because there's no way that they're going to be able to. I mean, maybe they can, but only 33 days left of Cena. There's got to be more.
Honestly, G, that might be Finn's last chance. Honestly,
You said
to sell his
Finn's
soul.
last.
Oh, you feel like
I don't think that. Hey, Louis,
Let me tell you
I don't
something.
think The Rock wants that. I don't think The
No.
Rock wants
No, no,
that.
no, no, no,
I
no,
don't think he wants that.
I don't want that.
Finn Balor is so cooked.
You said he gonna
Finn Balor
his
is so
soul.
cooked. Even if he sold his soul, he's still hooked.
Edge concertoed that soul out of his body.
still-
It's gone.
I don't
We're
even want him
done.
doing
We're
that.
done.
Because if
We're
he
done.
joins, all he's gonna do is take all the losses. I don't want him joining that.
He's gonna be the fall guy. Oh yeah, we're
No
done.
way.
Oh, hold on, but
Hey, you got it.
that's an interesting
That
fact.
Nigga,
Let me ask you. That's an interesting fact. So you think there's
They're
more
gonna be the
people?
fucking Jared Briscoe and fucking.
You think there's more
Stooges, bro.
people a part of this? Like it's not just Rock, Cena, and Travis Scott. It's more people like a part of this.
I think so because they want to get. I feel like Cena, he's not gonna be around that much to keep him going. Like there's got to be more to the story.
Mello?
Hey, Drew McIntyre, it's your call, brother.
Yeah, he needs to go.
Hey, that could work.
Oh,
That
chill,
could
that's-
Mello
Been
will
been
cook.
there, done that.
Oh,
I
Mas.
would love to see Melo.
Shut up.
Oh, hey, hold on.
Cook.
Hey,
Racist
Melo
cook.
look-
The greatest of all
Melo look
time.
cool, but Braun-
Damn.
In case you don't know, ladies, in case you don't know, we don't tolerate any on my
And
side.
Giant Gonzalez
Oh,
rolling in
you
his
tolerate
grave,
it. You ain't got no choice.
No,
Repo Man would take that man's soul.
Graceful time. So let's move on to the women's chamber because that was pretty good too. So I thought the show was really good from start to finish. Off the jump, off the rip, the Jade Cargill stuff. I'm like, okay, this is crazy. Beating down Naomi. I'm like, yep, I'm with it.
Yep.
Bianca winning makes it interesting as
Bianca
well.
did it.
We're like, okay, this is interesting where they're gonna go. I like the aspect of the storytelling. I okay. So to speak for myself, I still don't feel like Bianca did it. I've always felt it was Naomi. My theory behind it is though I think Jay's now really in a position where she's just not going to trust anybody because it does look suspicious. Like Naomi did it, but it's like, all right, Bianca, why are you teaming up with Naomi? Like you didn't know about this. Like Jay's gonna feel some type of way where I feel like it's gonna be like something where Jade is pretty much accusing Bianca of this, but Bianca really was kept in the dark. Like I didn't really have nothing to do with this. I didn't know Naomi did this. I wouldn't have done you like that. But Jay's really gonna be like, nah, I don't believe you. It's kind of like one of the situations like, y'all ever been accused of something you didn't do and you knew you didn't do it and you're trying to convince somebody you didn't do it, but they're just hell bent on believing you did it. Eventually that's gonna piss you off. Like, bro, I told you I didn't do it. I know I didn't do it. I don't know what else you need me to prove it, bro. Like I didn't do it. Like I feel like it's gonna be one of those situations where now that causes beef with Naomi and Bianca because Bianca's gonna be mad that she lost her tag team partner and all this. Jade obviously don't trust nobody, and Naomi, she did it for whatever reason we don't even know yet. So I think it all is going to align together. Now maybe Bianca, some people believe Bianca set up Naomi, and maybe they could go that route. That could be a possibility as well, But I think they're going in the direction I personally thought so.
Bianca did it. I've never been more, let me just say, I've never been more sure of anything that Bianca did it. Especially if you guys watched her in her interview on the post show, she did it. She absolutely did it. She threw Jade and Naomi under a bus because she could feel her grip on the main event scene slipping. And so she orchestrated this master plan to make it easier for her to get to the top. And it also makes the move of putting her in the tag team division genius because I never thought Bianca was going to win this thing. I thought she was trapped in tag team purgatory, but now she's going to be in the main event. And my only hope is that we get Bianca versus Rhea versus EO at WrestleMania because that shit is going to cook. I don't care what happens outside of that. That match needs to happen. But Bianca's ass did it. The chamber was great. Hey, bud, the chamber was great. Everyone got their spots. Even Bayley, who I was worried that she was just a throwaway participant in the chamber, was really good in that match. Roxanne Perez showed out. Alexa Bliss got her groove back. Yeah, I loved both chambers. I think when you throw in the ending with Cena and everything, obviously that tips the scales a little bit. But from bell to bell, I think the women's chamber might have been a little bit better than the men's this year, honestly.
Yep.
I think the use of the chamber was better.
I agree.
I think the actual in-ring drama was better. So yeah, bell to bell, the women's chamber is better than the men's if you don't include everything that happened with John Cena afterwards. So yeah, loved it. But yeah, Bianca's ass did it, and I love Bianca Belair. Bianca did it.
I got to say this though, this podcast has been flamed for hating on one specific person, and I got to give her flowers because this week she has given me two amazing
I know
performances.
what you're gonna say, and I'm gonna applaud.
Yep.
Shout out Liv Morgan, bro.
Liv Morgan
When
cooking, bro.
she's away from Rhea Ripley, bro.
Oh my
Yep.
God! Yeah, keep
Yes,
her away from me.
exactly.
Keep her away. Keep her away.
Thank you. Yes.
Even before Rhea came back, she was doing great character work on top of that. So it's like it's just that feud brought her down. It's just like
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
God, she's shining
Completely
now.
agree.
Thank God.
Thank you, Walsh. Thank
Sienna,
you,
I'll
Walsh.
let you
I
go.
appreciate it.
I'll let you talk next. Your thoughts on it.
I actually love the women's elimination chambers match. It's like a little bit better than the guys too. And we see how the in-ring drama has been coming to play too. Like the interaction with Alexa Bliss and Roxanne Perez. And of course Roxanne and Bailey have a little history. And then of course Liv Morgan and Alexa Bliss. So pretty much like what we see, it's gonna be what's gonna be happening like right after Chamber. And regarding this whole situation with like the what happened in the beginning, like Jay Cargill like attacking Naomi, honestly to say, Naomi's innocent. Bianca's behind everything because the fact is Bianca's the one that concocted this whole plan to trying to get the main event spot for Mania. And the fact is that like she's playing this whole manipulation game going on not just for like Jade Cargill, but also Naomi, so that way she can definitely like kind of like put this whole like master plan into just for her to be just like the main star of it all too. But regardless of that, I actually really love it so much. And regarding with like Liv Morgan, kudos to her. I'm glad that she's getting away from this whole storyline with Rhea Ripley and just focus on those tag titles. And from like this a little bit of an interaction going on with Liv and Alexa Bliss, and with what's going on with Alexa Bliss and how if she's going to be, well, obviously she's going to be part of the White Six. It looks like we're going to be getting this whole like long-term storyline like going forward with the Ladies of Judgment Day versus Alexa Bliss and possibly with Nikki Cross down the line first.
So do you guys feel? Let me ask everybody. This is a question for everybody. Do you guys feel like because we all, man, they just turned John Cena heel. So Bianca was pretty much like the babyface Cena of the women's division, where like little girls and people look up to her and inspire for her. But because Rhea is so popular, do you feel like now they feel like we can turn her heel because Rhea is the fit now that we can put in that position where Bianca was at?
Yeah, I think so.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, Rhea and Io are both baby faces. Let's be for real.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw, but like the second that Jay's music hits, Bianca's taking her jacket off as if she's getting ready to fight.
It's a good point.
That's a good high.
Pointing out the similarities of like the facial expressions, the reactions and stuff. So I mean, you guys could be right. She could be behind it. I mean, it's a good story to be invested into because it's like who really did it. Jade, I mean, feels like I guess Naomi's behind it because she got some proof for evidence, But it's like we don't know the Bianca factor yet. Like, is Bianca really in on this or not? I think it makes sense either way. Like, if she gets accused of it and she didn't do it, it makes sense on that end for Jade to separate from her. If she did it, it also makes sense for her too. Like Jade said, like maybe she was tired of Jade and wanted to separate from the tag team division. You know what I mean? Like, there's different layers they could do to it. So this is one of those good positions they're in where it's like I feel like there's no wrong answer on either end, like as far as either direction.
Right,
So-
but it was Bianca.
So
Maybe it was. Could be right.
So look, even though I said it was gonna happen, I get the anything is possible. They just turned Cena heel, and most of y'all didn't see that coming. But everything that y'all are saying, maybe y'all think Bianca's doing. I feel like it's Naomi. I don't think Bianca did it at all because all your points that y'all just made, you feel like Bianca is tired of sharing or wasn't in the main event. That literally all applies to Naomi. What was Naomi doing before Jay Cargill got hurt?
Nothing.
Losing to Liv Morgan and whoever else was on SmackDown. Oh, losing to freaking Tiffany Stratton. That's what she was doing. And this was Tiffany Stratton before she became women's champion.
And to add on to that, and that's what I forget, when they all teamed up last year at Mania, we all thought Naomi and Bianca was going to be the team. At least I did. I thought that was going to be the team that was going to, go for the tag titles. And then it was kind of like they put Jade in there, and then Bianca, and then Naomi was kind of left out of the shuffle.
She was literally the forgotten piece. So everything that y'all are explaining for Bianca, I feel like applies to Naomi because Bianca's good. In my opinion, now you can turn her heel, cool. They turn the Street Profits heel after 2 years, so sure, turn her heel. I'm for it, but Naomi is the one that ain't been doing jack crap since WrestleMania, and all of a sudden, Jade Cargill gets hurt. Now Naomi's the tag champion. Now she's featured more. Now she actually feels important, somewhat, because that division.
This man back there playing WWE, bro.
I mean, that's a good point too, because once she came back, it was kind of like, oh yay, you got a different version of your entrance.
Yeah.
6-woman tag.
It's a good point.
She wasn't really doing anything.
The reason I see it as the reverse, though, G, is because I see it as Bianca was teaming with Jade. She already feels like her grip on control of the women's division is slipping. Now here comes Jade Cargill. This is WWE's pretty new pet, right? This is what everyone's talking about. Now I'm starting to feel like I'm not even the most dominant force in my own tag team. Let me get Jade out of here. Let me bring in Naomi, who's going to feel grateful that I'm bringing her into this. Naomi's going to see me as her hero. So now not only is Naomi indebted to me, but now I am once again the biggest star in my tag team, and I can start to get some of my control back. And then I think Bianca lied about contacting Jade, sent Jade a text and said, hey, don't pay attention to what you're seeing on TV. I know it was Naomi. She told me. And then that's what set everything up.
Well,
so,
and I hear you, but like, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying it's a bad idea, because they can make it work. That's crazy. But I feel like
you willing to bet money on this one, Jay? Like you talked about earlier.
I'm more confident about this than I was John Cena turning heel.
Okay.
I will say I hope it's just Naomi, for the reasons that what's her name, G Maniacs below me is saying. I think that we don't really need Bianca to be. I feel like Bianca's still an interesting character, and I just want to see Bianca just go back to that main event scene. I'm kind of tired. I think she's a bigger star that she don't need to be in that tag team scene. That's just me personally. I'm a huge Bianca fan. Naomi, to me, needs something a little bit more interesting to freshen up her character. And it's just been a while since she's had some real like strong character development, in my opinion. This would be better for her. I feel like this would be better for her career if it was just Naomi. Naomi just did this all on her own. She'd be a much more interesting character than she is right now. So for me, just like, because I see a lot in Naomi, but I don't think she's a star on the level that Bianca is. But I think she could be if they did more with her character.
And Iker said something in the chat about how Naomi was in the championship picture getting 3 title matches. She was a loser. And forgotten about. She was
and she lost the tournament too.
And she lost the tournament. So, like, yeah, you can get title matches, cool. And we've been talked about for months now how much depth that women's division has right now. So, cool. Yeah, cool. Yeah, like, cool. Like, you got title matches, cool. You lost every single one. You're a loser.
Yeah,
and you felt unimportant. And let's be real.
Who also that reminds me of before now? Jey Uso, bro. We always talked about how on these title matches, he didn't win any of them besides the one, and then he lost it right after. So it's like,
and let's be real. If Jey Uso was just going after Gunther but didn't win the Rumble, would we feel the same? Would we feel the same? No, we'd be like, bro, we seen this.
He needed that.
The Rumble win, especially because he eliminated Cena. Like that's why we're like, okay, we can get with this. You won the Rumble. Hey, you got some momentum behind you now, right? You came also. Naomi wasn't doing nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I feel like it's Naomi.
If Naomi took out Jade on her own, that this completely changes her character. It adds a whole nother layer to her. It makes her way more interesting. It makes her a threat. It shows that she's serious about like getting somewhere. I just think she needs it a lot more. And Bianca, like, we already love Bianca. Like, she's already so well loved that like I just don't see what would be the point in doing this to Bianca's character.
Yeah, I feel like I've been one of the people saying too, like, Naomi needs a character change for me. I just feel like what she was in TNA, they're not presenting her the same way. And I just feel like with this glow gimmick, they clearly don't look at that as something that they're going to pedestal to the main event scene of like a Bianca or a Rhea. And for her to really get there, I mean, she gotta go heel. You gotta bring something different to the table. Otherwise, she's gonna be stuck in the same position, because I watched her, in TNA, and I'm like, okay, no, she could be up there in WWE doing this stuff if she got the right presentation. But with the glow gimmick, I don't think they look at that gimmick as something that they're going to put in that position, because Naomi hasn't won a world title since like 2017. a long time ago.
Wow.
Like, so
Crazy.
if she got now, like Mink said, if she adds this new heel character arc, this could be more interesting because now Naomi could add some swag to her. Now I'm her. You feel me? Like I know I'm her.
And the
I
other
did
thing too, and the other thing too, why like maybe people saying like Bianca feeling jealous of Jade because she got presented this that. If we keep it a buck, like I get she didn't get the title in NXT, but the second Bianca showed up, she was pushed to the moon. Like she was pushed to. It wasn't long. She was pushed to the moon. She got the main event. She got the fucking main event of WrestleMania.
Her very first
Her
WrestleMania.
first WrestleMania was in the main event. She got pushed to the moon. Like I don't think she's jealous at all. Like I think this is Naomi because you're right, Malik. When she went to TNA, she was the woman. She was top dog over there. All of a sudden, we was like, oh, snap, Naomi might not be a dull character. She might, Trinity Fatu might actually got something to her. They bring her back to WWE. Hey, that's somebody you can add to this women's division. That's somebody you can add to do the depth. And she came back and did nothing. And probably got tired of it on the low. This is probably, I guarantee you, Naomi probably went backstage and said, look, this 6-woman tag, cool. My character is forgotten about. If I did not show up on TV for 2 months, nobody would care. We got to do something. Injury angle, we can set it up. I always felt it was Naomi. I know once they threw Liv and Raquel like on video, I knew it wasn't them. I was like, okay, yeah, we can eliminate that, offer it because that's too obvious. But I feel like the Bianca thing, like I get we wanted her to turn heel, and that would have been great if like maybe Bianca and if they would have went the route where Jade kept messing up and maybe Jade was the reason they kept losing their titles or losing matches or being put in bad predicaments, okay, cool. I would have felt you on that because now maybe Bianca frustration boils over. But I think with the way they set up this story, I think Bianca is just like she good as far as I'm concerned. She not the only woman, but she's the second woman to main event. I think she's one of the few people to ever main event their first one. Like their first WrestleMania. There's like, I think you can count on one hand how many people main evented their first one. Mm-hmm. Bianca's good. She got put, and mind you, this was under Vince. She got pushed to the moon. Like under Vince, got pushed to the moon.
Push more. Been pushed more.
Yeah. Push. Yeah, you got pushed more. So that would be weird if all of a sudden she got jealous because Jade hasn't really done anything other than that 6-woman tag. And be a tag champion with her.
Everything you guys are saying makes total sense. Just call it a gut feeling. I just can't shake this feeling. Yeah. The way Bianca was acting in the chamber, the way she acted in her post-show interview, she didn't really want to talk about Jade. She kept trying to shift focus to WrestleMania. I got this gut feeling they're setting Bianca up to be the orchestrator behind this whole thing.
Yep.
That's upcoming foul, bro.
Who else Jesse, did you go? Did you talk about this? You got something you want to say about this?
This one? No, I mean, just the only thing I noticed was when she took her jacket off, and I was like, there's something going on. Also, her crazy screaming. It's like, if your friend is Jade, and obviously she's beating her up, it's because she knows that Naomi did it. So it's like, why are you reacting that way? So that threw me off, and that's when I thought, okay, I think Bianca has something going on with this, because it just doesn't make sense, like her screaming like that. That's really all I thought about that part. Overall, with the Elimination Chamber for the girls, again, I thought Liv did amazing, and that hair whip was so freaking loud.
Oh my god!
Damn, yeah.
That was the best one since the match with Sasha at WrestleMania.
Yep.
That was incredible. No, she doesn't.
Yeah, that was pretty tough.
When was the last time she did it? Actually,
she's done it a couple times, but ain't never been that impactful. She did it against Becky. Yeah. She did it against EO in her match. It just wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't as. This one was personal. You know, that was personal.
That was personal.
Yeah, that was reparations.
That was.
Yo, Nate. Jeez.
Man, throwing crazy strays out there, bro. Crazy strays.
Nate.
Yeah. Liv, by the way, Liv, just to close the book on this, Liv, and we didn't talk about him much, but obviously he's got a great story coming. Liv and Seth Rollins were the MVPs of the two chambers. They carried.
Sure.
It was, Liv is Miss Elimination Chamber. She always shows up in that chamber.
Bro, the way Seth was screaming "die" while Punk was going out,
bro. That hate is
relax. That hate is crazy. The only thing I genuinely thought, was Roman was gonna come out during that chamber because the gate was open, and I
Mm.
was
Me
like,
too.
because
Me
again,
too.
I knew I never doubted we were gonna get Seth and Punk in some fashion. I just thought Roman was gonna be added to because that chamber was open. I was like, okay, there, we know what's coming, but I thought we was going to hear OTC music hit.
This is like a really full circle, like a circle, because the way Seth hates Punk is the way Roman feels about Seth.
Yeah.
But CM Punk is chilling, bro. He's just like, bro, I'm just trying to get to the main event, bro. I'm just trying to get what I deserve and what I want. And he got beef with it. There's just people trying to prevent him from that. It's like a different type of hatred, which is gonna be interesting when they all plan that out. But to move on to the next match I want to talk about. I don't know about y'all, but Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, bro.
Match
of the night.
of
Match
the
of
the
night.
Yes.
Main
Can I
roster
say
match.
And
And
I'll go one
all
step further. I'll
out.
go one step further. I've been thinking
That
that
was
since last
it.
night.
Wait a minute.
That
I
was
want
the
to say
best.
something
Yes.
about
That
I
was
wanna
the
say
best
something about it.
WWE match since last WrestleMania.
What?
I'm being
What?
serious.
They don't sound much.
Word.
They don't sound much great though. They don't sound much.
What?
Hell in a
Oh,
Cell?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Wow.
I don't get it. I don't give a
Randy
damn
Orton,
about no
Gunther?
I say
Hell.
2025.
What?
Yes.
Give
What's the
a
best
damn.
match? 2025.
I don't know
Don't
about
give
that
a
one.
damn.
I mean, that's
Hold
a
on, hold on,
bar.
hold on. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Louis.
Now, I'm
Go
just
ahead, Louis.
saying, I'm not gonna put no number behind it because I know people are gonna flip. I don't even know where, but I think people are so afraid to say it. I'm not. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens is hands down one of the greatest rivalries WWE has ever told. I'm being so
Yep.
dead ass.
Absolutely.
They've gone
That's fair.
they've gone so
That's
many
fair.
layers.
That's fair.
They've gone so many layers. The longevity speaks for itself. And compared to most legendary rivalries, almost every single match they have had has been better than their last matchup. People don't want to say it, but I will. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn is one of the greatest rivalries WWE has ever told. I'm not going to say a number because I don't know. I got to figure shit out. But it is one of the greatest rivalries WWE has ever told, bar none. People are afraid. Stop being afraid. It's okay. It's earned that right to have that claim.
I only have one thing about
Better
it
than
because you cooked.
He's cooking.
Cena Orton is just nostalgia. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens aren't as big a stars. That's all that is.
Cook those
Anyways,
frauds.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
as far as that match, I'm not gonna lie because I was trying to skim through it to make this show on time, but I stopped and I just watched it, bro. When this nigga Kevin Owens kicked out of a blue thunderbomb on that barbed wire steel chair, bro, I was like, but I'm not gonna lie, Jay, give this Negro the title, please. When he kicked out of that, I'm like, bro, he deserves a title. Like, there's no way. I thought it was done. I was like, okay, this is nice to give Sammy a win. Bro kicked out. Whoa. What, bro? A blue thunderball. Bro, that looked like it hurt legit. Like, how do you get up from that? That was crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of making me a little sketchy at first because the match was great. I agree with you. It was match of the night for me. That match was incredible. I'll never get tired of seeing those two fight each other. But I was like, I was getting a little sketchy. Cause I'm like, bro, Sami Zayn supposed to have his bad neck, and this match competitive. It's getting really competitive. And you know, with Sami Zayn, he was kind of dogging Kevin Owens a little bit. I'm like, bro, nah, they have Kevin Owens lose like this. This might be Sammy Hogan. I'm not gonna lie, that trend might need to start pushing because how you got a bad neck. And all of a sudden, you out here beating probably the most dangerous guy that WWE has right now. So, but they made it work though. It was really, really good. That might be my favorite match they've had in WWE so far. And they've had a lot of great matches. NXT, Battleground, even WrestleMania. They always find ways to make their stories work, whether they're teaming together and then they're beefing with each other. But they always find a way to make it make sense in the end. They make it work very good. So I thought the match was really, really good. The Randy Orton return was what I expected as well. Because I figured that him and Kevin Owens are gonna have their match. I think people kind of forgot about Kevin Owens because a lot of people were mad that this match is happening at the Chamber. But I'm like, bro, do y'all forget that he dropped this dude Randy Orton on his dome, bro? We haven't seen it. Y'all think Randy Orton not gonna come back and try to kick this man's head off his shoulders, bro? Like, it's Randy Orton we talking about, bro. He coming back to stand on business. So, I'm hoping they have some type of stipulation. I feel like their match could have like a stipulation to it. It kind of feels a little personal for me. The fact that he power drived him and then Randy Orton tried to punt kick him. Like we haven't seen that in a while. And when that punt kick come out, it's GG's. And that would have been the end of Kevin Owens for a minute. So I'm liking where they're going with this story. I like the the layers of aspect added to it. It was really well done. the match though was definitely incredible. I definitely thought that was match of the night for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I
The next
agree.
match that they're in, there's only one stipulation that makes sense, and that's last man standing.
Oh
Where
yeah.
they beat the hell out of
Yeah.
each other. Now I'm not gonna lie, that match pissed me off. That match really pissed me off, but it pissed
There
me
you
off for
go,
one
bro.
reason.
Jesus.
Only for one reason. Only for one reason. When we thought Kevin Owens after that match was over was gonna get punted, and then the security team, I threw my
Oh,
head
yeah,
up
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Fair
lie.
enough.
I
I'm
Fair
not
was
gonna
enough.
lie.
I
like,
It's
rescind
really
this
starting
time.
to
I
piss
rescind
me
this time.
off, and I know it's kayfabe,
That pissed me
but
off.
it's really starting to piss me off that WWE always stops the good guy from getting revenge. But
Yeah.
never
Yep.
stop the heel.
Exactly.
That agitates
Yeah,
me.
because my thing is too
It didn't
like
stop Kevin from getting those power drivers.
They
yeah,
weren't going to
you
stop
know,
them
Power
from
like
drivers
that.
to Sammy, to Cody, to Roman, never stopped them.
They weren't going to stop the power driver on concrete. He was about to power drive Sammy on
Yeah,
concrete.
they was like,
They weren't
oh,
gonna
don't
stop
do
that.
it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
the
And
punt
then
kick's
Randy-
where you draw the line. Okay, you could kick him in the head. Okay,
Yeah. Randy.
Okay,
get in there.
okay. All right, buddy. All right, buddy.
All right, bro.
but I mean, it does play to a point though. It shows how dangerous that move is because he had a
Yeah.
chair in his hand and he threw the chair out, and the punt kick feels just as dangerous. So when he threw that chair out, we were all like, "Oh yeah, it's over, bro." We already know what time it is now. But then like the security got bad timing because it's like, bro, y'all standing out there the whole time, and then now y'all was gonna let him hit him. You was gonna let him hit him with the chair. But the punt kick is where we draw the line. Okay, we can't do that. Let's But I agree though. I was tight about it. I was kind of like, man, I was kind of hoping to get that.
And they do it all the time too. Like every time a heel does something devastating, all of a sudden security can't stop him. Babyface want to do something devastating? Nah. They do a freaking wall of China. Like, come on, man. Like,
And one thing that annoys me too is I get why they do it for the moments, but it's like when he kept RKOing the people, it's like, why are y'all going over there? Like the first
like, leave him
RKO would
alone.
have me dip. I'm leaving after that, bro. Like it was I think the first
smoke.
one. Just talking like in reality, like I'm running out of the ring. Like I'm not gonna stand there and try to be like Randy. Relax, Mike. Relax, sir. Like
They hired top flight security, bro.
That was definitely my favorite match of the night as well. I've already seen people saying match of the year. I think it's way too early though. It's a little
Yeah.
March. We don't know how many type of matches we're gonna get, but I would say between that match and the match with Kevin and Cody at the Rumble, it so far for this year, those two would probably be my favorite. Not sure which one I like more. I'd probably have to watch them again. But I'm also wondering, can KO handle having another kind of hardcore match like that again with Randy, if that's something that they're planning on setting up? Can he handle that again? Because someone asked me that yesterday. They were like, do you think when KO wrestles Randy, is there going to be some type of stipulation? I'm like, I don't even know if he can handle it. He's been through hell twice already, but I mean, we'll see. I would love to see it because I love hardcore wrestling, but
I think it could work out too because I think they've been like, I don't think Kevin Owens has been wrestling much on SmackDown, like us, in between. So I think they've given him that time. Like, we're gonna let you know we got these big matches. We need you to be 100%, to rest up and stuff. Because I mean, he took some damage in that the ladder match. When he got completely destroyed through the ladder. Last night through the barbed wire. So he's taking some damage for it. That takes a toll on your body. So I mean, they might not add a stipulation. I guess they don't have to. I mean, people would still love it either way. But I feel like there are some storylines where you just feel like it's as needed. One match that we always criticize on here is the Randy Orton and Triple H match at WrestleMania 25 when it was like if the storyline was so great, but the match didn't live up because it was like there was no stipulation to it. Like after all that build that we had, it was the person it was beyond personal at that point, bro. It was like we're at a level where it's like there's no going back. The hatred is so high, but there's no like didn't they even make a stipulation where like if he got disqualified, he'd lose the title? Like if you get disqualified in this match, you lose the championship. Like
that was
why is that stipulation? Why I don't know.
That was after WrestleMania. That's when Randy kicked him in the head when the ref wasn't looking. But
going into Mania, didn't
it was a tag team? No, it was after that. It was Backlash.
Oh, okay. I thought I could have sworn
it was a tag. It was a 6-man. If anybody on Triple H's team had got disqualified, he'd lose the championship. And then Randy punted him in the head when the ref wasn't looking, and then Legacy won, and Randy won the title.
So it was like so it was
bringing it back to Kevin and Sammy. Let me just expound upon calling it the best match since last WrestleMania, and I'm not going to back down because I think it was. You guys have already talked about the story. You guys have already talked about the chemistry. You guys have already, I mean, and the trust that two wrestlers have to have in each other to do some of the shit they did last night. Not only that, but the innovation. We've seen things that we've either never seen or haven't seen in a while. The barbed wire chair, Sammy getting back body dropped off the top rope through two tables to the outside. Kevin ripping off the foam padding from the floor, just everything. And then, I mean this is a compliment. I know that this term gets a lot of hate, especially from AEW marks, which again, if that's you, whatever. They are, Kevin and Sammy are the epitome in the term professional wrestler of the word professional. Because as dangerous as everything looked last night, I never once thought for a second that either one of them was in any danger of getting legitimately hurt. And it was on display when they were doing the ringside apron bomb. And I'm not calling out anything you guys haven't seen. I know that. I'm just calling it out to support my point. When Kevin lifted Sammy up, and then either Kevin didn't get him up, or I think someone from behind bumped Kevin too. But either way, Kevin couldn't get Sammy all the way up. So they decided instantaneously, simultaneously, in that moment, we're not going to finish this power bomb. They do the spot where Sammy tries to fight out of it, and then Kevin brings him back in, and then they just redo the spot, and it looked beautiful. So Kevin and Sammy, again, I mean this with the utmost respect and with the highest compliment I can possibly surmise, put the capital P professional in professional wrestling. Those two may be two of the best technical wrestlers that have ever come through WWE, and the fact that their stories are so tightly intertwined together means that everything that they do together is magic, whether it's as a tag team 2 years ago at WrestleMania or going against each other for the umpteenth time at Elimination Chamber this year. It's just magic, and it reminds me a lot of John Cena and CM Punk, who even 11 years or whatever since the last time they saw each other in a ring, when it came down to Punk and Cena in the middle of the ring at Elimination Chamber, it was magic because they have this unspeakable, undescribable chemistry with each other in the ring. And it was and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have the same exact thing. So yes, absolutely, in my opinion, which I know is just my opinion, I cannot look back at a single match, Gunther, Hell in a Cell, anything else be damned, that I have watched and been so blown away by as Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn last night. It was tremendous.
Okay. You know something, Jay? I'm going to do something I never do. I'm going to apologize to you. I'm going to apologize because I really thought about what you said. And correct me if I'm wrong. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are both from Canada, right?
They are.
And we all know the greatest wrestlers of all time come from Canada. So you're automatically right.
Oh, my God.
Edge? Yeah, Edge from Canada.
Yes, yeah.
I got nothing to say. I'm on Petty's good side. That's where I'm on stay.
Hey, Alan, you got shit on your shirt. You might want to change.
Hey, man.
I totally forgot to mention this. And I'm not gonna say too much. I just want to remind everybody that sometimes everybody want to get on me, but stuff like we just got to think a little bit. So, entrant number 30 in the Rumble. Remember when people was trying to cape for that, fighting Rhea, and she nowhere near the title picture. But hey, go ahead. She
not
nowhere near the
talking about us. Not talking about us. We was
Hey, they said G Baby was wild. They said G Baby and the brand and all that, and
a little bit.
She ain't been on TV since. If you was gonna waste number 30, you should have gave us AJ Lee. But hey, go ahead. Continue.
A little bit. Big crash out there. It's all good, man.
Bad memories.
Overall, though, how did everybody feel about the show overall? You guys like the show overall? If you had to give it 5 stars, Dave Meltzer style. If you had to give it a 5 rating.
The only thing I genuinely, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm getting it a 4 out of 5 star. It was a pretty enjoyable PLE. I enjoy all the matches. Of course, like I said, the women's chamber was a little bit better than the men. I enjoy the women's tag team matches too. Sammy and KO definitely match of the night. The men's elimination chamber is all right, but like Cena's heel turn is definitely the one that's actually the icing of the cake. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I kind of hate how Randy Orton's return is so overshadowed because of John Cena. Like Randy Orton deserves his time. And also, how do we live
And
in a
that's the
world
second year in a
where?
row. Sorry, go
No,
ahead.
you're good. Go.
Go
What do you have to say?
Time, yeah.
No, that's the second time in a row that Randy Orton's had a big comeback, and it was overshadowed by something
Exactly.
else.
Mhm.
It's starting to get annoying.
It is
Like,
getting
let
annoying.
that man have his moment. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. And then also, we live in a world where Randy Orton is babyface and John Cena's freaking heel. With
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel right.
No, it doesn't.
Shoot, Edge is a face.
Mhm.
I don't care if he was
Feels
a heel.
great.
Yeah.
It feels great to
I don't
me.
know
I
if I
love
like
it.
it. I don't know if I like it.
I also kind of hate how they had Travis Scott.
It's okay,
because-
Malik.
I don't know if I like it.
It's
gonna win number
okay. You just
17
gotta,
That's
hey, you just gotta cope. Your boy about to get 17.
cope.
Yeah, cope with it.
I'll
Yeah.
never
Cope
cope
with
after
it.
this.
No!
I'm gonna be crying forever.
He,
I
he,
can't handle it.
he's about to get 17.
I'm happy
Yeah,
with
but I
it.
want him to be good.
I
Not
mean,
a bad
is he
guy.
though? I don't know, man.
Bro. Hold
Yes,
on,
he
hold on.
is.
No,
He's
let's
getting
establish.
17.
If
Let's
he doesn't get
establish.
it
No.
now, that'd be a
Let's
waste of a heel
establish
turn.
this
G-Baby
right
about to
now.
piss me
If
off.
he
Right?
if this man sells his soul
G-Baby
and
about
doesn't
to
get
piss me
17,
off.
that's
I know
crazy.
where this is
He's a
going.
fucking loser.
Go ahead.
He's a fucking
If
loser if he
John
does that.
Cena
Go
does
ahead.
Pack it
all
up.
this,
Just pack it
if,
up.
if
We
he
putting loser
joins the
status
Rock
on Cena?
and does all this and doesn't win 17,
Yeah,
it
bro,
is
pack it up. Go
literally.
home. Go home.
I'm not gonna
Go
lie.
home.
I'm not gonna
At
lie.
that
I'm gonna
Look,
retire a long time
I
ago.
know,
Generation waste of time.
I know I can be hyperbolic. I 100% understand that. But that would piss me off way more than Goldberg squashing the Fiend will ever piss me off.
Yeah, but
That
he
will
didn't
piss
have to
me
do
off.
that.
All right, buddy. All right, buddy. All right, buddy. All right, buddy. Okay, buddy.
Mike, that is
Hold
Mike.
on.
That is
If
Mike.
I'm with him.
That is
we
Mike.
erase a John Cena heel turn in his retirement for him not to win 17, it would be stupid pointless. It would be a
Dude,
waste
Bray
of
Wyatt's
everything.
career.
Yeah.
That's why that sign can't be
Would
seen.
Put up the sign, Mo.
He was right. Nah, he's right.
Put it up, Mo.
It's just a waste of a heel
What's
turn.
the Fiend and
It's a
Goldberg?
waste of a heel turn. Like, why'd you do
It's
that?
a waste of
But
a heel
he-
turn. Still not worth Goldberg squashing.
Because he
You're
needed The
comparing
Rock to
blunts to
win his
blunts,
17
bro. Like, what are
title.
we? You comparing
But it's
Bro,
Cena.
the
But,
blunt-
hold
yeah,
on. So
but one-
No, he said it's worse than
one
Goldberg
just-
beating the
yeah,
Fiend.
one-
Relax,
one
bro.
blunt almost
Relax.
cost somebody
Yeah,
their
you
entire
are.
career.
I knew he was
What are
gonna
we
piss
doing?
me
Relax.
but okay. So
That's like
hypothetically,
that's like Petty saying that no one's going to be talking about the heel turn in a year from now. That's like that level.
I stand.
but y'all think, hold on. Y'all don't think.
I said what I
You don't
said.
believe that. You don't believe that. You don't.
I do
that,
believe
Petty.
that.
No, you
And
don't.
until I'm
Yeah,
proven
no,
wrong,
bro.
You
and like I
don't
said,
believe this
if I'm
shit.
proven
don't
wrong, I
believe
will sit right back in this seat
Bro.
and admit it.
It's the
Go
shirt,
ahead and
bro.
prepare yourself.
That
Petty.
shirt.
If
That's the
we're
shirt, bro.
on-
You can't have
Petty,
something
if
as
we're
big
on-
as John Cena turning heel and not give him 17.
But y'all don't think he could win
If they
it? Like,
give him
okay, let's say he
17,
lost
I
at Mania.
swear
Y'all don't
to
think he can
God.
still win it afterwards? Y'all think he has to win at Mania? Like,
He should win at
I
Mania.
was saying he
No.
He should win
didn't
at
at
Mania.
all.
No,
He should.
No.
What's the point of selling your soul just to lose?
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is.
At that
That's
point, bro,
the
just
Yeah.
end the tour. Just end the
That's
tour.
the price you
Just end the
pay.
tour.
I'm
You're
not,
done.
Cody getting booed.
I'm not gonna lie.
If Cena
I'm with
doesn't win,
Nate.
Cody
If he
getting booed.
gets to Mania
No,
and
I'm
doesn't win, I don't need to see you the rest
If
of
I'm The Rock,
I don't
I'm
need to see you the
kicking
rest
you
of
out.
the
I'm done.
My point
Bro,
exactly.
if you
Like,
sell
what
your
would you
soul
do
to me,
that
you're
for?
John
You're
Cena,
literally re-entering
Mr. White Meat Babyface for years. If you turn heel and don't win 17,
Mhm.
I don't want to see anything else you do the rest of the year. It's pointless. It's pointless. You turning heel and not getting 17, Cody, you got your 365. You're the next biggest star of the company.
Yeah,
You're
you're
good.
right.
You don't need to beat him. Cody can win it back. If you want to give it back to him, sure, later down the line. I'm cool with that. If Cena doesn't win 17, that is by far one of the
Gotta win.
dumbest decisions you could have ever made.
Yeah.
You should have just gave it to Drew at that point.
Yeah.
Turn
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
heel.
I'm
At
not
that
saying
point.
I'm not saying he
agree.
won't win, but I'm saying I'm not saying he won't win, but I'm saying you think he has to do it at Mania.
Yes, he has to.
Yeah.
Yes. There's
Honestly,
literally no point
Yes.
selling your soul.
So,
Yeah,
okay.
because
They
why
didn't
would you
lose
want to?
a for him.
Why would
He
you
has
want to
his
kill the
mind,
momentum
his
of
body,
something like that?
his soul, maybe his
Mhm.
whole. And he fucking.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Well,
Wait.
Malik, it would kill the
Put that
momentum.
in there, Nate. Pause.
It would kill the momentum if he didn't get
Hey,
it.
yo!
Gotta protect that virgin hole.
Pause.
Yeah,
But wait a minute.
Hold on. Let
Okay.
it go. Go ahead, Minx.
Oh, I was just saying it would kill. To me, it would kill the momentum of this. This is like one of the craziest things that we've seen happen in a while, and
Mhm.
for this to be his last WrestleMania main event, as far as we know, maybe he'll come back years and years later. But as far as we know, this is the last WrestleMania main event. This is a heel turn that's taken 20 years. For him to not win, that would just be such a waste of momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And I was somebody, and listen, I was somebody saying before that I didn't want to see him necessarily get 17 because I felt like he didn't really need it. But now I'm like, after this, you put him all the way up here. You got him with the Rock. The Rock who's a heel. We rarely ever see the Rock be heel either. Now you got the Rock and Cena evil together going against the biggest baby face, and you're not going to give him the title. It's like, why would you waste this moment?
And let's face it too, from the Cody side of things. I mean, Cody has been brilliant in this title run, but he's way more interesting as a pursuer than he is as the champion. So it's not such a bad thing. After he's had the title for a year at this point. And listen, everyone gets every time we have this conversation, people react to me just like Petty just reacted to me when I say it wouldn't be such a bad thing if Cody loses the title. You guys do know that before Roman Reigns, people used to have title reigns less than a year, less than 6 months, all the time, right? I mean, Roman Reigns is the exception, not the rule. Cody has had that thing for a year, so it's not like it's going to hurt him to lose the title. He can get it back down the road. It's been a year.
Well,
who cares?
Let's
I'll
also
push
look
back
at
on that.
logical. Let's also.
And the only reason the only reason I disagree is this. It's not so much the length of the title reign. I get you there. We agree on that. It's been over a year. But if you're looking at it from the Cody side, even though it's John Cena, I strived for 2 years, 3 years to climb the mountaintop. I get there, and then I lose to Cena and on Cena's way out. Like, that almost reminds me of how Punk used to lose to all the part-time.
That's
the only issue I have.
That is so different. That's so different.
That is lacking so much context.
That is so different.
No, it's lacking so
John
much
Cena's on another level, but he's on his way out.
When you add it, you have to add context.
You have to add context. This is a scripted.
That's not
you have to add.
That's not fair to Cody. That's not fair to Cody.
Yes, it is, bro. I got a hot take, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Because y'all say Cody can win it back. He don't got to win it back this year. I'm not going to lie. He can go the rest of the year and do something. You can give that spot to Braun Breaker if we're being honest at the end of the year. Because that's going to elevate him, take him to another level. Cody does not need to be Cena to go to another level. He is already the face of the company. He's already that guy. Everybody knows who Cody Rhodes is. He's fine. He doesn't even need to win the title back. He can lose, go on. He can go on and have great feuds for the rest of the year. He doesn't need that. He doesn't need to win. He doesn't need even to win it back the rest of the year.
I agree.
Let's look at logical booking for a second too. WWE is heavily, like, we can see it. They're a recycle ass company when it comes to their world champions. They have one heel champion, one mega babyface champion. You look at the grand scheme of things. Who's the heel world champion? It's Gunther. Who's the white meat babyface? It's Cody. They have set this shit up for a long time because the recycle is going to be Cena being the heel champion and Jey Uso coming in as the white meat babyface world champion. So to anybody wondering if Cody's going to be fine, Cody's going to be fine. There's another mega babyface that's going to step in and handle the role for a little bit until they're ready to put him back into that light. It's logical fucking booking. I don't understand what's so hard.
He's not going to go down either.
And can I ask y'all, Jake?
It is.
Can I ask y'all?
Nowhere for him.
No, you're right. I mean, because think about it. One, all these 14-time, 12-time, 11-time, 10-time world champions we got, a lot of their reigns was quick as fuck. Context
behind it.
There is context behind it, but they had their long reigns and they had their short reign. Cody had his long reign. He's good. He is the face of the company. Well, unless you, depending on how you feel about Roman Reigns. But he's the baby. He's still one of the faces of the company. He's stomping the WWE flag all through and through. If we look at it, I'm with Nate. He doesn't have to win the title back. I said he could, but he's fine. He doesn't need it. The fact that when he lost to Roman the first time and they still were more behind him ever before, he's good. He's fine. Again, I'm going to ask y'all the question. If John Cena loses at WrestleMania after being the biggest heel in the company at this point with the final boss, do y'all want to see what he does April 22nd?
Hell no.
At that point, I don't care. Because you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? The Rock is going to Cena, and then we're going to get babyface Cena again versus his replacement. And that's just a waste of time.
Let's be real. let's also be real too. None of us are switching up because before the heel turn, we were saying, yeah, Cena doesn't need the fucking big 17. But now, but we also gotta be logical what we're watching too. Now that you took this direction, it would be a failure if you don't pull the trigger. It's not what we want, it's what's
It
most
would just be a
logical,
heel
what
turn
makes
for the
sense.
sake of a heel turn.
Facts.
in a perfect
And you're
world-
also missing.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say you're also missing the storytelling that you could tell throughout his reign. Like you just completely erased all the possible opponents he could have from his past and from like the current. Like imagine him and Randy Orton. Randy, like, dude, like you're supposed to be better than me. Like you're a better human than me. I'm supposed to be the one that does all this grimy shit, but you over here selling your soul. Like in like that feud, like a different dynamic, flipping that entire feud on its head, and then him feuding with a young up and comer like a Braun Breaker or anybody else on the roster. You just lose out on all that with this run. I just feel like I feel like him losing ironically does more harm than good on the current roster. Like it's very ironic. It's like he's a part timer and he's on his way out. But ironically, like if he loses, you just kind of throw away a lot of potential feuds that could really like solidify a lot of people on that roster.
And believe it or not, if we really think about it, if Cody just wins, honestly, it low-key does nothing for him. Like, okay, cool, you beat the big heel on the first row. Then what? Like, honestly, it does nothing for Cody. It does nothing for Cody.
He's at the ceiling. You can't go up any higher.
If anything, his interest might go down a little bit because, well, if you just beat heel Cena with The Rock,
yeah, where do you go?
Who's gonna beat you now?
Honestly, the Super Hogan, Super Cody's, yeah, that's when we get it. That's when we get it. Okay, Cody Hogan. Okay, Hogan.
Cody has been put in a rare spot that we haven't seen in a long time. He's just coming off of arguably the greatest story ever told, like being a main focal point of the Bloodline story. That's one of the greatest stories ever told. You have a chance to catapult this guy even further with not only having heel Cena as the guy right now, but also having Cody go on in another insane chase with another elite story. And also proven that he's not a bloodline merchant, mind you. That's the big thing with Cody, right? Cody's a bloodline merchant. You shut down all the bullshit that's been going on with Cody about people criticizing him as a main event guy if you go this route. There's so much upside that can be given to Cody if you just make Cena 17 times. That's it. There's more upside. If he beats him, it's dog shit. It really is. It'll be one of the worst decisions. Straight up. It would be. It'd be one of the worst decisions if Cody beats him.
This turnaround could turn off to make Cody the biggest babyface of this generation they have for WWE. Just going off because I know Nate and G said that if he loses, he doesn't have to win it back, which I agree. But if he loses, he's 100% getting it back. Like that's going to be.
He has to get it back.
He's going to be a multi-time world champion.
That's going to be his story.
If this story hits, the top three babyfaces all time in order will be Cena, Hogan, Cody. Cody would be top three babyface ever. No ifs, ands, buts about it.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm with Lewis though. I'm with Lewis.
In Hogan's place.
We're talking the same type of baby faces. Austin wasn't a white baby face.
Okay, all right. That's what we're talking about. Okay, cool. I agree.
That's it.
He doesn't fit in that category.
You know
like Hulk Hogan, John Cena, Cody Rhodes, they were the guys of their eras that inspired kids to be like inspiration.
Right,
Like people
okay.
gravitated towards to look up to. Like Cody has a chance to really do something special where he has ability to do so many different layers with his character by beating some of the top guys. Because I don't see if Cena beats him, I don't see them not having Cody get his lick back. Like Cody's gonna get that win back, eventually. And Cena doesn't have to have a long reign. Hold SummerSlam, get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Like by the end it'll be, or maybe the last show of the year for John Cena when he retires, whatever they want to do with it. But I agree that he doesn't have to get it back. But I think the story they would tell is he's going to have to fight to get that. And I think The Rock is going to be the one to hold him back. Like, The Rock isn't going to allow him to just get back in that position. He's going to have to go through hoops and obstacles.
Cody is on the cusp. People don't want to admit it, but Cody's on the cusp of doing shit that's legendary. You mean to tell me that if this story hits right, that he's coming off of one of the greatest stories ever told, one of the greatest Mania main events we've ever seen, already a champion, and then he's going to main event another Mania, go on another legendary story and get the belt back, that's going to be one of the greatest babyface runs we've ever seen. on paper.
Yeah.
That's some
And there's
legendary
also
shit.
It's so true.
and there's also another aspect that we haven't even talked about. Even though I still think he gonna get his lick back, how Roman gonna feel that final boss chose Cena over him? How Roman gonna feel that? Oh,
Yes, sir. I'm glad somebody
because
said it.
because
I'm glad.
Roman still last time he was looking at Cody, he was like, "I'm gonna get my title back." You gave it to
You're in my
Cena?
way of life.
Somebody who he smashed technically. Somebody.
I didn't
Whoa,
like,
You see a
like,
Cena,
how
you see a
like,
Cena
Big
how-
balls,
Cody
bro.
feud,
God
like,
dang.
Cena Roman
But
Oh.
Cody
I'm
feud.
not gonna lie. This might lead to the Rock Roman feud we thought we were
Yep.
gonna get this
Yep.
year. Like there's
I
so
definitely
many.
think that it is.
And,
I
and
absolutely
if, but
think
if
that it is.
Cena loses, you get like so many dominoes. When Rock came back, and I said he keeps changing his mind. I talked about how you have unintended negative side effects that happen if you just don't make up your mind. I need you to decide what you're going to do. You made this decision. Cool. Wouldn't have been the one I made, but you made the decision. Fine. Follow through. Cena has to win this. I would love to see, because when
That's all
Cena
we
first
want.
talked about how he wanted to turn heel, his whole thing was he was going to change the entrance, what he wore. He was going to show up less, work less hard. The whole anti-version of him. He can still do that here. We talk about his limited schedule. I don't want it to be Brock Lesnar type, you're not here, but he can go on that, yeah, I'm only going to be here for SummerSlam. Y'all figure it out. Now, that's probably OD, but he could do that because that's literally against what he does. He could be like, yeah, me and The Rock. What if they come out, yeah, me and The Rock going to be in a movie together? Again. Or not the first time. I don't
They've
think
never done a video. They haven't.
No. Fast and Furious, Rock was yeah, so that's what I was thinking, but he wasn't there for that. So what if they're like, oh yeah, we're in a movie?
To answer somebody's question, so somebody asked in the chat, how does Cody win? Basically, it would be what The Rock was trying to do last year. Is they're gonna screw him. Like Cody, John Cena's not gonna beat Cody by himself. Like The Rock's gonna be involved. It's gonna be a lot of shenanigans where it's like Cody's gonna look good losing. He's gonna be protected, but he's gonna get screwed in the end. Like basically, what The Rock tried to do last year, it failed. This year though, the plan gonna have to work.
Hold on. They said, how does Cena win? I don't understand how some of y'all are not seeing this vision at all. I genuinely don't understand at all how y'all not seeing John Cena winning number 17 off the back of having arguably the biggest heel turn we've had since Austin shook hands with Vince.
The IWC is this, bro. This the IWC right now, bro.
I just don't understand what y'all are not seeing.
Hey, so Jay, I don't want you to put the durag on. But remember how I said a couple of weeks ago he was going to interfere in the main event? He finna do the same shit.
Yeah. Listen,
Hey, when's Solo come out?
My problem with The Rock hasn't been.
Bro.
My problem with The Rock last year was the fact that he was involved at all. I'm not upset with The Rock being involved this year because, as one of these ladies said a little bit ago, that was needed this year. My problem with The Rock this year has been his fucking delivery. His delivery has been trash. You can't convince me otherwise. You guys,
you know what? To his credit, though, at least his promo was straight to the point yesterday. He didn't cut it.
It was
long.
Yeah,
it was.
Keep doing that, Rock.
But let me just say, because I got to jump off here in a minute. You guys are very smart and very insightful. I just want to be a mark for a minute. There's two things that I need to see Cena do in the coming weeks. That if he does it, I might just fly out of my roof. Number one, I need him I need him to come out to do a promo carrying a golden shovel with Cody's name on it. That's number one. Number two, I need him to come out to cut a promo. I need R-Truth's music to hit for him to come out and try and dap up Cena. And for Cena to lock him into the STFU and not let go until 100 people come out from the back and pull his ass off. Because that's going to be...
that's going to get him so much heat. That's going to get him... That man... Oh, God.
For the show, if you haven't seen it on Twitter, they're already setting it up. They're already setting it up because Brandy tweeted, John Cena sucks. And R-Truth responded to that tweet and said, let's not jump to conclusions.
Yeah.
He's going to come out.
He did the best ever STF of his career last night. He never locks that thing in.
Yeah, he did it right. He did it right.
He did it right.
I still think. I'm sorry, Jade. I still think the one on Ziggler where he caught him from behind.
Yeah,
is the
that
best
was pretty
one.
good.
Ziggler.
I don't remember.
I definitely feel like, though, I mean, there's
You don't remember
you're right
that?
about that. I mean, honestly, an easy way, though, to really get Cena hated All they gotta do is just put him in the ring with Logan Paul, bro, and just have to do something with Logan Paul, and like help Logan Paul win a match.
Imagine they a tag
Something
team.
devious.
Oh my gosh.
Devious.
Oh.
A tag team.
If he attaches himself with Logan Paul,
Oh, I
it's
do know
devious.
this.
If you want to
I
give
didn't
Cena
say,
a quick
I
heat,
didn't
just have
say
him beat
win
up
the
Ray.
titles. I said
Have him beat
just
up
put
Ray.
him in a tag team with him.
Right now.
Yeah, no,
Ray
no,
again?
but I'm saying like,
To have him do
imagine-
what?
Beat Ray again?
You know, Ray?
my
Yeah,
God.
I mean, that's light work. Actually, I need to. Actually, I want to see that. I want to
Oh my
see.
God.
He said,
I want to see
I
the
got surgery 6 times on my
Wait,
left
keep,
knee.
hey, wait, hold on. What if
Oh my
by some
gosh.
miraculous way,
It's gonna be
hey,
6
what if by
times
some
now.
miraculous way, right? If we're gonna go with this Hill City thing, just go all the way through. Some miraculous way. What's his face? Rey Mysterio wins the IC title in some tournament just for Cena to come out, and he's a Grand Slam champion.
Oh, that's so messed up.
Nah, next time they go to Chicago.
Oh my God,
Oh,
double
yeah.
champ Cena would be elite.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that'd be
Mhm.
hilarious.
That's crazy.
Hey, you want Cena to get hit? Help him have Dom.
I
win
think
Money in
the
Bank.
most
Money in the
exciting
Bank?
thing, the most exciting thing I think about what I'm looking forward to, definitely for Cena's heel turn character. I can't wait for the promos, bro. The promos.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
He already.
Cena,
I mean, if you really look
kids.
back at it, he already kind of cuts heelish promos. Like when he went in on Roman and everything. That was like very like that's very like those type vibes. But now he can cut. I mean, if they let Cody say fuck, bro.
Oh my God.
John Cena
Mhm.
got the bag, bro. You already know John Cena don't got script. So if they let him just kind of
Yep.
do what you got to do, bro. Like
What they also need to do, and I don't want them to do this to a real kid. I want it to be a plant. But they need to put a producer's kid in the front row wearing the Cena hat and the Cena wristbands and have Cena walk by and tear that shit off of him. Take that hat,
Yeah.
take the wristband,
Yes.
take the sign and rip it in half.
Yes.
Oh my God, that would be so good.
y'all remember,
Yeah.
y'all
Oh my
remember
gosh,
back
I
in
can't wait for Cena's theme music. What is this heel theme
Oh,
music gonna
yeah.
be?
Hopefully,
Oh,
Death
oh
Rivers
my
is
God.
Watch him. Hey, what? Hey, maybe Travis is on the track. Maybe he got something with
Hey,
Travis.
no. Hey, you know what would really make Cena heel? Have him do a Death Rebel theme where they announce some bullshit.
My time is now.
Oh my God, that would be elite. That would be elite heel work, bro. Oh my God, bro.
Malik, we can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Malik, are you
Can't hear
muted?
you, Malik.
There's a lot of heel aspects they could really do just him open it up. I mean, I remember when this is back when he doctored economics, but they did a segment where he literally pissed on a gravesite when he was feuding with the Undertaker. Imagine if he
Oh,
pissed
yeah.
on a Make-A-Wish Kids t-shirt, just pisses on it, bro, like a Make-A-Wish t-shirt.
Oh,
A Make-A-Wish kid is
man.
diabolical.
It's not a t-shirt, not a kid.
Yo. Oh. No, I mean like like a Make-A-Wish t-shirt.
Like a Make-A-Wish t-shirt.
I thought you want to say like you take the shirt off the kid and you just
No, I've seen him always Make-A-Wish, like he got a Make-A-Wish shirt and he just pisses on it, like right in like his.
Damn, bro. I don't think they go that far.
No,
With TKO, I think TKO's
Bro,
gonna
listen,
be
bro,
like,
they let Cody say fuck, bro. They let him drop a
Okay. You got TKO having someone piss on a Make-A-Wish. I think they're gonna be like, no, we actually that's too far. Okay, let's relax. You can say fuck, but you can't piss on a Make-A-Wish.
People will say
'Cause,
fuck them.
I mean, y'all know what Make-A-Wish is, so like someone pissing on that shirt is actually crazy.
That'd be
That'd be
crazy work,
cinematic.
bro.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy work, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
They're gonna get canceled. They actually TKO might.
You got to think about the partnership. And the
Yeah,
branding
exactly.
shit. This is
Yeah, you
staging
can't
game.
do that. You can't do that.
Just
That would be
I mean,
crazy.
he's not Make-A-Wish somewhere. They got somebody else for that. That's what Cody's for now. Cody did Make-A-Wish guy now.
No, but that's still someone from WWE pissing on Make-A-Wish. They're gonna
It's
be like,
still
no,
branding.
like,
It
yeah,
just
branding.
means you
Like, we
can't
can't do that. We can't do that. That's
Yeah.
Now,
Oh, no,
Cena
I'm not
burning
saying
his
it'll happen,
old
but
merch-
listen, bro.
Now, Cena burning his old merch with the hustle logo.
Oh, yeah.
Now
Yeah.
we can do that.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
can do
burning
that.
merch, yeah,
Burn
they
that
can do
old
that.
merch.
That's easy.
Yeah.
That's his merch, so I mean, he could burn his old shit.
Yeah,
Can you burn the purple one that he wore in 2010, please?
But he got to embrace that. I'm
hate
interested
that
to see if they
Cena
go
so
back
much.
to talk about like the stuff about like the Let's Go Cena sucks stuff. Like if they go back into those aspects.
Yes.
Diving
Also,
into
loyalty,
like
Hey, Bruce, do you-
disrespect.
Do you know how many people are going to suffer with Cena on the mic?
he's cooking everybody.
Everybody, bro.
Yeah, everybody going down. Everybody.
And now
going
that
down.
he's healed
Sorry,
too,
Chad.
he's
Your fave-
cooking everybody, bro. He's cooking everybody.
Mhm.
Nobody says a chance. Nobody stood a chance when he was babyface. Now that he's healed.
His whole
Yeah.
his whole gimmick should be very up and coming.
Keep Austin Theory away from him, please.
Oh,
His,
goodness.
his,
Oh, God.
Oh
his
shit!
Oh.
And Theory about to be
Oh,
fake.
God.
Oh shit!
Golden,
Yeah,
Golden,
Theory
the
about to
Golden
be
Shovel
fake.
idea is really good.
Mhm.
I do like the idea of him coming out with the Golden Shovel.
Yeah,
That's
that's
honestly how he should beat Cody. Bring out the Golden Shovel, hit him over the head,
Mhm.
hit him right in the middle of the ring, bro. Golden Shovel.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. His whole gimmick.
You would have him beat Cody ass again?
That'd be sick. Golden Shovel will be.
Oh,
nice.
speaking of Cody, he better not come out with this goody two shoes BS at all.
No.
Mhm.
We gotta see. We
think-
gotta see
I
that.
think- I
I
think
need to
we're
see
past
that
that.
that Bullet Club Cody. I need
Yeah,
to see
I
that
think
that
I
Ring
think
of
we're
Honor.
past
Like a
that with
mix of that.
Cody. I think we're past that with Cody because the Kevin Owens feud kind of showed.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole
Yeah.
Kevin Owens feud had people thinking he was finna turn heel at Mania. So I feel like
I think
I
he's
feel like,
gonna
I feel
come
like
out.
we're past that.
I think he is gonna come out a little hurt though.
I don't need
I think
Cody
he is
to
gonna show
show
a little
his
pain.
I don't. I think he's gonna come back with some crazy intensity. Like he's gonna come back the way
Mhm.
Jay just came back. He's gonna come back like enough is enough. Like between KO and now this, I feel like he's gonna come back with like who's coming? Who wants me? Like let's go. Enough. Like come on, let's go.
Mhm.
Y'all want the smoke? Let's go.
I can see that too.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. If there is another member, I think that new member might
That's
cost
wild.
Cody at
It's
WrestleMania.
gonna be
Wait,
Solo.
someone just said let's
Honestly,
move past
no.
Cody.
You know who it should be? You know who it realistically should be?
Who
One
it
yeast
should
in the
be?
bread. You always
Who it
got
should
that
be?
one.
It should
moment
be.
in the
It should.
show
It should
where
be
you
Braun
just say,
Breaker. It should be Braun Breaker.
Yeah,
Braun
he's
should help
cooking, bro. He's
Braun should help.
cooking. He's cooking.
Hey, so you saying they're gonna elevate Braun Breaker the way Evolution elevated Batista? Is that what you saying?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Should be. Hell
Yes.
Mm.
Let him cook.
That is a good point though. Somebody he definitely should say that. That should be seen as line, bro. Fuck them kids for sure. That should be.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. For
Mo, you
sure.
always got you always got that one segment in the show where it's obvious and you just disagree to disagree.
No, bro. All right, you got it. I'm not gonna do it. You got it.
Bro, what the fuck?
He
What's
doesn't want
bad
to see
about it?
Cena anywhere near this world title. He's a hater.
I just defended it. You clown.
Because he's
Yo,
a heel now.
I'm hangry.
No,
Please don't put you right
no.
now. Don't do
Mo,
this.
you're defending.
Oh, he want
it
that
right
T-bone.
now. Mo. Yeah, he want that
You
T-bone.
damn
He
right.
ain't getting his IHOP today. That's the problem.
I eat since
He ain't
5
getting his
a.m., bro.
IHOP
Leave me
today.
alone.
Man, stressed out, bro.
No, you
Leave me
defended
alone.
him winning the title now because he's heel.
Ramadan
But
got
before
it
this,
right now.
you did not
I'm
want to see
angry.
Cena anywhere near that world title. Did you not?
That is not correct. Like, what are
you
we
wanted
talking
to
about?
see. You wanted to see Cena win the world title.
Yes, I've been
babyface.
pitching the storyline. I've been
As a
pitching
babyface?
pitching the
Okay.
storyline.
Me and Mo said that he doesn't need to main event WrestleMania. That's what we said.
That's
Before
what
the
I
heel
said.
turn.
I didn't think.
I mean,
Before the
I
heel
agree
turn
with
happened,
it.
we were like,
I
he
mean-
doesn't need to. But
I mean,
but now that he's here.
I-
I said get a singles win and then build it to SummerSlam for him to get to number 17. That was my idea before this whole thing happened.
Yep.
So why you
Cena's
so
my
upset,
hero.
man?
Why do I want to see him win?
Hey, just because he your hero, look.
Mm.
Still
Just
my
'cause he
hero. I
your
don't
hero.
care.
Just because he your hero, don't mean that you always want to see him in spots. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, maybe in 2010 when he was burying the Nexus. Yeah.
Never forgive him for that. But hey, now he can bury. Now he can intentionally bury young.
Bury the LWO.
Oh please.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
They need to be 12 feet under.
You know what Cena should do? You know what Cena should do? Real talk. Just go to NXT and run through the niggas. Just every other week, just go to NXT and run through the niggas.
Oh my
Just,
god.
just,
Except Oba.
just
Except
bury,
Oba.
just
Why?
bury them. Oh yeah, except over.
I still won't watch it.
Oh my god!
Oba
Hey,
might
hey,
kill him.
imagine,
Oba might
imagine he just whooped Trick ass. I don't think Trick.
No. You know what Cena should
I don't
do?
think Trick
You know what heel Cena should do?
Nah,
You know what heel Cena should do? Hey.
Now y'all talking
No,
nasty.
no,
Y'all
let
talking
me
nasty.
cook. Hey, G, I'ma up you. I'ma up you.
Talk to me, Nate. Talk to me, Nate.
I'ma up you with TNA. Run through, have him go to TNA. Run through that roster.
You got Joe Hendry.
TNA roster.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Joe Hendry, get out of here.
Bring me an aspirin.
Yeah.
Bring me an aspirin.
The aspirin is
Hey,
crazy.
that's what that TNA roster gonna need after Cena get
Hey, G, you know,
Oh, wow.
Alan, what's wrong with you, bro? You on the
Hey, Malik, you want to talk about pissing on things? Have John Cena piss on the TNA logo. How about that?
Oh my god.
Why?
Or bury Joe Hendry.
Yeah, please.
They just don't just said that in the chat.
Hey, you know, hey.
Come to
hey,
think
I'm
of
not
it,
gonna
he's
lie. Hey,
I mean, Goldberg.
you know how
we
Cena
still
can really
love
piss
him.
us off?
Here you go.
Hey, you know how Cena can really piss us off? Bring back that weak ass finisher he used to do. when he came back that one
Oh,
time.
the lightning.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that freaking punch.
I mean, to be fair, all his finishes are weak.
Oh
I
man,
thought he was
that
talking about the proto flex.
Hey, I'm gonna need him to go to TNA too and pack up Jeff Hardy too, bro. Cause you remember Jeff Hardy said,
Oh
"I'm
yeah,
bigger than you." Did you say he's bigger than me, bro? Nigga started me. Hey, I heard about that. Shut that down.
Oh my
Alright,
god.
Shut that down,
Yeah,
Jeff.
I'm
Pack
open
up Jeff
to
Hardy
Triple
for
versus
sure. One
John
more
Cena.
time.
Happily open to that one. Happily.
So what? Okay, so now that we kind of got a landscape of WrestleMania, this is one of the biggest fears we always have about Mania because there's gonna be some people left off the show, unfortunately, because everybody's gonna fit.
Yep.
They're not gonna do all multi-man matches.
Lyra.
What are some people that you think are either gonna be thrown in multi-person matches or unfortunately gonna be in that good old battle royal this year?
Nate just said it. Go ahead, Nate.
The mid card title.
The women's IC champion, Triple H ain't booking that. He ain't booking a match for that. If Becky not coming back, he not booking that. He not booking that match. Nope.
You got her.
Lyra's gonna
Her
be the
facing
first
Ivy Nile right now, bro. Like, what are we?
Well, I think that was kind of obvious though, but I'm like, what? Okay, so what about like LA Knight? What?
No, he's there. That
He's gonna win the U.S. title back.
Oh, yeah,
He's gonna win
he's
the
Or
gonna-
Mania? Or at Mania?
I think
They better
that.
not check.
I think the
that
SmackDown before May. At this point, probably SmackDown.
Yeah.
No, honestly, if I'm being honest, just by the way it seemed like they showed that little whole triple threat, well, the singles matches to the triple threat. You know what I think is going to happen because it's going to piss us off. I think Shinsuke is going to win by disqualification or some BS, and then we're going to get the build that we got for the IC title when Daniel Bryan won it, and all these people are going to start riding for it. Boom, ladder match. That's one of the ladder matches. I'm fully convinced that's one of the ladder matches. Because Big Jim, I think with the story they've been telling, I think they want to get him on the card. I think Jacob fought too. I mean, now if you put him in the match, he better win. But I think Jacob fought too.
You don't think he's facing Solo?
That's what I was about to say. I think if they don't put him in the match, he's facing Solo. But if you put him in the ladder match, sorry, Big Jim, Jacob need to win that match. So for that, Santa, Andrade, Mello, I think all them dudes is going in that ladder match. That's what I think.
I think the women's IC title actually has a better chance of getting the Mania match than the Raw tag team title. I don't.
Oh,
Jesus,
yeah.
I forgot about them.
That's
Oh
a
my
good point.
Yeah.
Well, who's the champs?
War Raiders.
Who's the
The
champ?
War
Yeah.
Raiders
Oh my God.
have them,
New
and
Day,
they haven't.
maybe, but like,
They've barely been defending them. They've barely been on TV with them. I don't even.
I remember that was their whole beef with the Judgment Day. You never
forgot
defend
about
your
that.
titles. Look at the War Raiders doing the same shit.
And the War
Yep,
Raiders
now
got
look
don't
at
get
you now.
defended either. Still,
I forgot.
Y'all ready for because I'm telling y'all right now they're gonna do this because you know Rey Mysterio gonna be facing the New Day at WrestleMania. He gonna need a partner. It's gonna be Penta, bro. You gonna be teaming with Penta. It ain't gonna be Dragon Lee. It's gonna be Penta and Rey Mysterio versus the New Day at WrestleMania. That's what we gonna
So Dragon Lee is gonna.
And the New Day's
Hey,
going
so
to lose.
Dragon Lee is gonna turn on Rey Mysterio because he didn't pick him, just like Carlito did. Is Dragon Lee gonna be the
Rey
new member of
Mysterio's
the
real
Judgment Day?
problem, bro.
Is
No,
Dragon
yeah.
Lee gonna be the new member of the Judgment Day? I'm not gonna
Log
lie.
out.
It's going down the same path.
No, G, you don't know. You obviously don't know Triple H. He's gonna go to Legado del Fantasma because you got to keep the Latinos together.
Unfortunately for him,
Where are we
probably.
going, dog?
Unfortunately, I mean that's one match that I definitely see doing because they already been teasing that a little bit, with the interaction.
Mhm.
I see that. Like that match is probably going to be the tag team match over the actual tag team titles being for the Raw side on WrestleMania. So.
Just give the New Day the tag title.
That's what they should do.
Fuck
That's what they should do.
Yeah.
I want to address. I gotta address something real quick
Real
because
quick.
somebody in the
Okay,
chat
go
earlier
ahead.
said we owe Triple H an apology. We don't. He's still on
We
Fry
don't.
Watch. This nigga's still
No.
on Fry Watch. He's still on Fry Watch.
He just did his job. What?
He did one good thing. He
But
good
real
thing. He's
quick,
still on Fry Watch.
And he
Someone
only
said-
did it
Somebody
because I
said
gave
we
him
gotta
the
own
script.
my being
He only did it because I handed him the script. That's why.
Hold on.
Alright.
Someone said y'all want the champions to defend their titles every week. No, that's not what we said. We're
Hell
saying the
no.
reign is forgettable. The tag title, we forgot they existed, bro. That's not about defending it.
It's a bad thing when you forget 4 of your champions
Mhm.
on
Literally.
2 3-hour shows.
Also, we're
on
talking
2
about-
3-hour shows.
also we're talking about WrestleMania. I think every single title should be defended on WrestleMania.
Agree.
I don't think a title should be left out. That's crazy.
But that's the problem. They just have too
And
many titles.
if you're at least
They
not
just
going to
have too
defend
many
it, I
titles.
feel like you should be involved in something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
was like
fair
that
too.
one. It just depends because I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes
I mean, they've left off U.S. titles sometimes.
Like,
Yeah, but I feel, but if you're a
Mhm.
champion though, I feel like you have to be involved in something. Like back when they used to have the Money in the Bank, like Shelton Benjamin was IC champ a couple times. At least he's on the show though. Like, damn, at least
Yeah.
he in the match.
Mhm.
Finished. MVP was
Mhm.
US champion one time for Money in the Bank. At least he was on WrestleMania though. Like, better to be on the show than just have a champion not on the show, because then that kind of makes it feel like your title reign is really kind of nothing. Like, you're
Yeah.
a champion, you could
Mhm.
And they don't even exist. Like they're not even versing
I
anybody.
mean,
Makes no
look,
sense.
I've been said that Triple H didn't fail under the pressure, under the peer pressure of probably TKO and the internet introducing the mid card titles. Because now, let's be real, why? Like bluntly stated, nothing against them as workers and as people. Who wants to see Lyra versus Ivy? I definitely, even though I want,
WrestleMania.
even though I want
Not a
Chelsea
Mace,
Green
not a
on the,
Mania.
even though I want Chelsea Green on the card, they better not put B-Fab or me again against her. They better not.
It's, like,
I
it's gonna
want
be
to see
Chelsea.
Chelsea on the card. Yeah, that's
gonna
probably
be
what
Chelsea.
it's gonna be. But and that I can get with more because at least there's a story behind that they've invested in. Why I don't me again? You lost every single time. B Fab, you won. Have you won a match? Have you pinned anybody? I don't know. I don't. Ivy, have you pinned anybody? I don't know. Like I don't want to see like maybe Dakota if you want to give her something. Okay, I can kind of get behind Dakota versus Lyra. But even then, last year's Mania had how many matches a night? 7?
7 or 9, yeah.
Yeah.
7 a night?
7 and 6. No, 7 and 6.
Oh,
13.
7 and 6. Okay, so
13
13 total. So let's just say they do 7 and 7.
You have 11 titles.
Exactly. You have 11 titles on 14 or 13 matches, and 3 matches are for sure going there because it's going to be blood feuds. Randy, Kevin, Seth, Punk, and then whatever Roman does. Those are 3
I think
title matches
I
right
think
there.
Roman's involved in that though. I think it's a
Yeah,
triple.
triple
Jacob Solo.
Jacob Solo. There's 3 right there.
Drew and Damian Priest too.
There's 4.
Mm-hmm.
So a title's gonna be left off for sure.
Hey, that's
Unless
hey,
they want to make it two
couple of
8-match
them.
cards, then I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, they could, but still, then
I don't
like,
think they should.
they should.
And they should. They should.
Like,
They're
you feel like
definitely-
they
they're
should
definitely
make
gonna
it
have to-
8-match cards, or
2 8-match cards. That's how it should be. That's 16 total. That's 5 rivalry matches.
That's how it should be, but this how
Yeah.
WWE books these
Yeah.
short cards. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna do that this year.
I mean,
I think the
I
best
think each,
Because they got all these
I
damn
think the
ads they
Mania
got to play.
before last had 14, so it wouldn't be the worst.
What,
No, I have
39?
No. 39, I thought had.
Well, 39, it had 13, I think 13 advertised, but then like Snoop Dogg and then Shane
Ew,
Book is
oh my
Toast Box. Like, those
Right,
matches
you're right.
were like extra stuff. So it's like, I think it was like 14 in
Yeah,
total.
you're
It was
right.
stupid. They had those
Plus,
little
39 was before they
matches.
started doing the short match cards too.
I think the best bet women,
No, they were doing short
women's
match
mid card
They were
titles,
doing it back
if they do put them on the Mania card, is maybe triple
Well, Triple
threat
H did it.
or fatal 4-ways. I think that might be the best bet. Like I said, if we see Chelsea versus Michin again, we already saw that on SmackDown like twice. Or 3
Yeah.
times. Like I think the best bet with that be maybe they could have the fatal 4-way with Chelsea, Michin, B-Fab, and maybe Zelina Vega, since they
Yep.
gave her a whole video package. I don't know, but yeah, if I don't think either of those are interesting enough to the fans for singles matches, unfortunately.
Yeah, because they're definitely going to have. I mean, we already named a couple of matches that don't even have titles that are going to be on the show. And then, of course, you got the matches that we already know about. Or throwing
Totally
in
forgot about Roxanne versus Bailey too.
Yep.
Roxanne and Bailey's looks like another match they're going to be adding to for Mania.
But the
So
fact that
that's
they did that on SmackDown confuses me too.
which one?
Roxanne and Bailey. They did that was the SmackDown match, right? On Friday?
The tag match. Yeah, that was.
It wasn't a tag match.
Tag
Though.
match. Oh, I'm
I
tripping.
might watch.
It was a tag match, but she pinned Bailey.
I know SmackDown can be forgettable. SmackDown can be forgettable. Yeah.
I'm
I'm
tired.
not
I
gonna
mean,
lie.
I work
I'm
in
not
Very
gonna lie. I
true.
skipped through SmackDown. Even though I don't hate it as much as y'all do, I definitely skipped through it more than I skipped through Raw.
You skip?
I
You
do that
skip?
with
I don't
every
even
weekly
watch.
show. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, Raw, I tend to like enjoy more of the segments. Like I'll watch
When
the
I have
matches.
time, yeah.
But like SmackDown,
Mhm.
oh, this match is happening. Oh, another tag match. You know how this is going. Skip to the last 2 minutes. Oh,
See, I watched the whole thing, but with SmackDown, I'm on my phone more between certain matches than I am with Raw. With Raw, I'm paying a little bit more attention when it's on.
Mm.
I'm like those people who the people who still stream watch alongs like to SmackDown. Not gonna lie, you guys are warriors. So is
Yep.
how I would not be able to sit there and watch some of the promo segments and
3 hours too, man. Oof.
yeah,
Yep.
Do we think
Yeah.
Cena's gonna be on SmackDown or Raw?
Raw because it's Netflix.
Smack.
Probably both.
Raw because it's Netflix. I think they're gonna change that program to Raw because that's where The Rock keeps showing up. So I think it's gonna be Raw.
Oh,
Exactly.
you talking about that?
They still gonna be cutting segments.
Yeah. Oh, word.
Even though it's
Word.
flexible,
Word.
they still.
Bro, Nate, we love dark humor, bro. Did y'all see what Miles Bourne posted?
Oh, bro, I saw that.
Oh.
So
Nah.
he posted.
What'd he post?
This is all a reference to my V and Cena, right? So he says, one can smell, one can't see. It's only right for me to join and make it 3. Can't hear.
God, I love Miles, man. I love
That's
Miles.
foul, bro.
That's crazy.
Shout out my boy Miles.
Chat, if you didn't know, Miles Bourne is deaf. He is deaf. That's
Mhm.
the joke.
Vic Joseph's a menace, bro. Did you hear what he said on
I heard him say
NXT?
something slick, bro.
He said this is so loud even Miles can hear
Oh
it.
yeah. I was like, yo.
I was
Wade Barrett
like,
was like,
Hey,
yo.
you saw what he said on Twitter? He said, "Stop calling me Randy Orton. He can hear voices. I can't hear shit."
I was at NXT, so I didn't hear that line when the picture was.
Oh,
I
man.
didn't hear that either.
Goodness.
That is kind of that's a very Hillish a very Hillish commentary thing to say though too. It's weird that he was.
Nah, Vic Joseph be getting in
That's
his shot,
crazy.
though.
That's weird.
Vic Joseph
He
be
does.
Having
He
fun,
does.
bro.
He do.
getting in his shot.
He lucky a minute. I'm not gonna lie.
He does.
Just be on there having fun.
Ladies, since you're all new to the podcast, so I guess I'll ask everybody individually. Do you have any of your own personal hot takes you'd like to share for the pod? Something maybe that you just strongly believe in. Maybe something that you just don't like, something that you do like. Maybe other people don't like. You know, we're all into different things. We all like different stuff. You know, so some people like this, some people like that. Some people don't care enough for this. So just something that you have that you just want to throw out there.
Yeah, we got to stop worrying about wrestlers' ages. I don't get all this.
Exactly.
I don't want these old people back. Why not? Did you not watch last night? What you mean you don't want these old people back? Yes, you do. Deep down inside, yes, you do. You absolutely want the Rock and Cena back on your TV. Like, I think people just want to say, I want the new stars. I want the new stars. I want the new stars because it's popular to say. But in reality, we see which segments get the most viewers. We see who sells the most merch. And it's them people in their 40s and 50s who've been in the company for about 20 years because they got the name recognition. So I've been saying for a long time, I don't care how old they are. They could, if it's entertaining, like last night's segment with the heel turn was one of the most entertaining things we've seen all year. Because I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, the Rock's got to go. Why would we bring back Rock and Cena anyway? They're old." I'm like, they're entertaining.
You know what's crazy? I don't understand the age argument either. Motherfuckers complaining about young stars. Yet a 39-year-old
Yep.
Royal Rumble. Shut your ass.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, dude, they're trying to build stars and y'all one of
Yeah.
them.
No. If we're not counting age, does that mean I can vouch for Goldberg? No.
Yeah, hey.
All right. That
The age thing don't matter.
Hey, hold up.
Put that sign.
Because
He did
What
not.
you mean? The age thing don't matter. Guy coming back for another match, bro. You feel me?
Because Chris Jericho,
Malik.
I'm the go buddy. Chris Jericho.
Hey, Chris Jericho had a banger against Bandito last week, though. They were
For
chanting. They were
Goldberg.
chanting. This is awesome. That was a good ass match.
In big 2025, bro. What are we doing?
he can still
That match,
wrestle.
that match was fire.
Everything else.
I mean,
Before that bell ring.
I was about to say,
You can
before
get-
that bell ring, he can still be entertaining to that bell ring. Hey, the learning tree, that stuff is elite. Hi guys.
Huh?
Honestly, I get a kick out of it every time he does it. Until
I
that
see
bell
Jericho when I'm
Until
skimming
that
through
bell ring.
Dynamite, and I skip that. I'm not watching Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
ring. I gotta
Learning Tree though is pretty. Learning Tree is pretty cool though.
it's
okay.
funny.
It's okay.
But it's funny sometimes. I just know it's
It's
gonna.
not, it's not bad. It's not that bad.
It's gonna
bro.
be
It's not that
followed
bad.
by a horrific match. That's why I don't like it. If I was maybe getting some good stuff out of it, maybe I would
Oh,
enjoy it.
The learning tree ain't.
It's not. It's
Yeah,
not.
it's not
It's,
my thing.
there's no way
it's
that's
not
moving
great,
on.
but it's
Sorry.
not terrible either. It's I can tolerate it.
It's just Jericho leeching off the young talent.
Yeah.
That's all it is, bro.
Whose mic is
Get him
going
off
crazy
my
right now?
screen,
Oh,
dog.
Hey, but that's what Cena about to do all year.
At least Cena's giving us. He gonna give us cinema. Shit, he gonna put somebody over. He's actually gonna put somebody over.
Is he?
How
though?
about that?
Hey, listen, I told y'all.
I mean, right?
I told y'all Chris Jericho is winning these matches because when he was in WWE, he had to put everybody over. He getting his lit back now, bro. Jericho, like, bro, I lost everybody at one point, bro. It's time for me to win, bro. I don't care how old I am.
He tough, right? He be alright.
Everybody in
Yeah, the
WWE.
fans
By the
are
way,
loving
Cena-
the
Cena
fans are
looking
loving
good.
Brian Keith and Big Bill though.
I mean, in fairness,
I
who's
love
his,
Brian Keith.
Yeah, you should cut him loose. Cut him loose
in
from Jericho.
fairness,
Cut
who's
him loose
his
from Jericho.
competition
Let
in
him
Ring of
fly.
Honor?
Brian Keith should beat Jericho for that title, by the way. Just
Facts. Brian
So,
Keith is
can I
awesome.
ask
Brian
the
Keith.
genuine
I would rather Big Bill give it over Brian Keith, to be honest.
So
Big Bill not ready for that
who's
yet.
his genuine competition in Ring of Honor? Like, who would be the number one contender?
Jericho?
Me.
Right now,
Yeah.
Bandito.
No, Luchasaurus.
Yeah.
I mean, we could bring Luchasaurus back. I mean, hey.
Please, bro. Please.
I mean, if he's like 100% better.
That is my guy right there, Luchasaurus. I'm not
Yeah.
we
Hey,
don't have a
we
talk
talk
about
about-
Luchasaurus, bro.
Nate, we talk about depth on a roster. Jesus.
Yeah.
Wait, I got a hot take.
Okay, so
I got a
that
hot
was your little take right there. Okay, what
Wait, I got one.
You got one? Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I cannot stand when they push like Travis Scott. Actually, I thought that was a hot take, but I think everyone just agreed that we don't need artists. Because then all the bandwagoners come, and then everything else gets so expensive, and then we can never buy tickets because they're like $2,000.
So the price. So you don't like
I agree with the
you don't
prices.
like the artist aspect in wrestling at all? Like you
That's
don't want to see
bullshit.
artists at all in wrestling?
I do, but like last night, we didn't need to have Travis Scott with John Cena and The Rock. Like he was not needed at all.
So just for certain things, and just for like certain things,
Yeah, basically that's it.
like Taylor Swift in the NFL. You know, why should
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, that was elite.
bring up the ratings though?
I'm not gonna lie. Taylor Swift that year was elite. Do y'all remember the what's her album number or whatever? It was like the number 13 or something like that. Or what's her whatever that album
22
there
or
was
something
like,
like that.
there was like a whole like, yeah, the Chiefs are gonna win the Super Bowl. This added up to 13. This was 13 days since this. They met on the 13th. It was like crazy. I was like, yeah. That was elite. Taylor Swift that year was elite.
I'll let you go. What did you think?
Honestly, I'm just gonna say this: the whole Death Rider storyline in AEW is still complete as it makes no sense whatsoever. I don't know.
Cook it, bro.
I mean, I'm not feeling it at all. The only thing I would say about AEW that is the only thing that is good is the whole Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay, and the Don Callis family storyline, and also Hurt Business. That's like the best thing they're currently going on in AEW.
You don't like the Death Riders? You don't like the Death Riders?
Bro, Cope by the spear
Malik,
everybody, bro.
That just sucked mighty
Malik.
ass, Malik. That
Malik.
shit is ass.
Wait, like, how long has it been? Because it's only been like a month this going on, right?
Don't even
bro,
try to
suffocate
cake for
people
that,
in
bro.
bags, bro.
Bro, Mox is
Okay, so
Mox
can I
is not
add-
moving in anymore,
It's been
bro.
way
So,
more than
Nate,
a
let
month.
me-
Way more
Nate.
than a month. It's been
Yeah, I was about to say this has been going on forever now.
No, it's
But
been
Yeah.
Way too long,
I
bro.
genuinely want to ask you what, because I don't disagree with you. I just want to know what about it do you not like about this Death Rider storyline?
It drags, bro.
Very
Okay.
dragged.
Shout out to my boy Johnny. Shout out to my boy Johnny. I watched a video on this, and he pointed out perfectly. It does not bleed into the other stories. It does not have the effect on AEW that it should. You look at the Bloodline, a trickle effect for the Bloodline. It affected so many stories. Hell, Cena's heel turn is probably a result of the Bloodline if you really want to break it down. The Death Riders, oh my God, it doesn't do anything special. Like, it doesn't affect, like, you have
Nobody's
all
getting
these
elevated.
people on the, you have all these people that are just in their own worlds doing this stuff. And then it's like, okay, we want to bring you into the story now because, like, we need bodies. Like, MJF, he was feuding with Jeff Jarrett. And then, like, oh, I don't want to face the Death Riders. Like, I get it, it's his character, but I'm like, but you want the gold back, right? Like, you should, like, maybe try to pay somebody to help you fight the Death Riders, and like Swerve was doing his shit. I'm like, these are people who's like, I love AW, I bleed AW, and you're like,
wait, so Swerve hasn't
not see these
so
people?
Swerve hasn't confronted.
I don't know. I haven't watched AW in a month, bro.
Well, the last thing I watched, it was
Swerve and Ricochet are in a number one contendership match.
Okay, so it changed to a number one contender because that's the last.
Now Ricochet, I think Ricochet does get unnecessary.
Ricochet's good.
Can
I tell y'all? Remember, I was one of the people up here that said Ricochet was going to do better in AEW than WWE.
But I think we agree.
That's what happened now.
But I do remember. Hey, Malik. I do remember you. I do remember you kind of hating on the way they presented him. I was like, nah, brother, this is leading to something bigger.
Yeah,
You was hating on that. You was saying like, I don't
because
know,
at
man.
first it was kind of like
I
it kind of felt like they were going to do the same what WWE was doing, but I'm like, okay, match wise, he's going to do great.
No, I saw that shit coming. Like once they threw the toilet paper and I saw,
But
his
yeah,
face, I
once
said,
that kind
they're
of
about to cook.
once that kind of happened, and then I started seeing a lot of his stuff on social media, and then we came up here and said, I feel like he like trolling everybody, like he's doing that on purpose, like when he's responding to people or
100%.
he's using that a part of it. I feel like he's just using that, but some people just weren't seeing it like as that. They were looking at Ricochet as being annoying, but look, Ricochet doing his thing, bro. I gotta give him respect.
And Cena stole that from the culture. Anyway, yeah. So I think Ricochet gets unnecessary hate. I think he's doing great work. But the Death Rider shit,
I think he's been doing great.
I think if they keep the momentum up he has right now, he's undoubtedly a world champion.
Ooh, Ricochet?
Like, he's believable. Yeah, with this current character,
he can beat Darby.
now the
can beat Darby
thing,
out.
he's gotten a lot better.
He's not beating Moxley.
Relax.
I think
He's
unless
not.
No, that's Darby.
I'm not
That's
saying
Darby's
world
spot.
champion. I'm not saying he has to be world champion now.
No,
He's just believable with
no,
this.
but I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying, yeah, he can beat Darby because unless I'm drunk, I thought the whole point of this Death Rider was to get Darby over. Unless I'm drunk.
It was.
That's
it
what I
is.
thought.
It
Like
is.
Darby ain't
It
been
still
on the
is.
scene on
It still
TV
is.
since they dumped him down the stairs. Now, Lewis, with what you're saying,
He wants to climb
I
up.
think Christian
gonna
is
be
going to cash in on Darby, and then Darby will get it back. I do agree with that. But I thought this whole point was to get Darby as a world champion. Because he's the only, Jungle Boy, but I think he's the only other 4 pill. Oh, wait. Oh, my gosh. None of them have won a world title. Yeah, them niggas sad. Other than MJF. The 4 pillars.
MJF.
I was about to say, like,
other than MJF, none of them have won a world title.
All right, so I just looked it up. Apparently, Darby is getting ready.
He's gonna climb and he got to climb Mount Everest.
Yeah.
He hasn't done it yet. He got hit by a car. He got hit by a car the first time. Remember?
He never did it the first time, right?
Oh,
And he broke his foot.
Yeah, he got hit by a car.
I was like, dang, how many times
Like
want to climb this mountain?
Yeah.
But I do know that's what I was getting ready to say. Like, bro, I could have swore he's about to climb Mount Everest, something like that.
I don't think they should wait for Darby. I think they
Crazy.
should just give it to Cope. Cope gets the biggest pop out of anybody on the TV.
Yeah.
Anybody that shows up.
And they give it a
Do we need
Christian right
Cope?
after. You feel me?
Yeah, because he
I
gets
still,
the
I
he's the
still
most
call him
popular-
Edge. I don't care.
I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. Yeah, I mean,
he's the most
His
popular
mama named him
person on
Edge. I
TV.
call him Edge.
stop calling it Cope, man. It's
You
Edge.
just give
It was
it.
Edge.
You can give it to Lashley. You can give it
No,
give it to
I'm not gonna lie.
Give it back
I
to
would much
Swerve.
rather take Swerve and Lashley, and this is no disrespect to him, but I would much rather take Swerve and Lashley over Mr. Cope. I can't be like,
Yeah, no.
I can't
Cope
be
don't
like
need
that.
it. Give me Swerve. Give me Lashley.
Cope, I can't do it.
I believe Lashley. I believe they're waiting on.
It's not even about Cope.
I mean, they still call him Adam
no,
Copeland. They can just say Adam Copeland. They still call him that.
I don't care about the name. He just don't need the
Yes, he
title.
does.
Yeah,
doesn't
for
need- don't care
real.
about
I
that.
agree,
Give him that
D-Nate.
little-
Yes, he does. Yes, he
It's
does.
not-
Give him that little TNT man.
No, he Mo.
I think he.
Mo. I will
Full
pull
bias.
up, bro.
Full
I will
bias.
pull
Full
up
bias.
and
Full
flash a
bias.
T-bone in front of your
And I'm
face.
gonna eat it, and I'm gonna still
I
say
will
it.
flash a T-bone
I'ma
in
still
front of your
eat it.
face right now.
G, to your point, I
You go
fully
fast.
believe-
Hey, look, 2025, Cena, Edge.
Right.
I got 23 minutes.
He's the
I
only
fully-
person
I fully
making
believe
it
they're
interesting.
waiting.
He's the only person making the Death Rider story more interesting than it is.
That's
He is.
The only
He
person
is.
that's
He
keeping
is.
that's making it interesting to
That's
watch.
why.
He's the only person
That's
believable
why
right
it's
now
top
to
10.
beat
He could.
Mox
You know what I'm saying? He can do that. Feel me?
in this
That's why
fight.
it's top 10, bro.
But also, G, to your point, I don't think Lashley's going to get involved with the world title until Cedric Alexander
That's
goes to
crazy.
AEW.
Nate, you're-
Good cook. Good cook. Good cook, Lewis.
I mean, look, 2025. Can you imagine that? Edge and Cena, world champions, 2 different companies.
That's crazy.
oh my God.
But I don't understand why people. I don't understand why Colt being world champ is a bad thing.
I'm
It's not
for
a-
it.
it's not a-
I'm for it.
No, it's not.
No, I'm
He
for it.
doesn't need it, bro. I think where he's at in AEW, he just needs to have matches and put people on. He doesn't need it, especially
Yeah,
when you
but
have
when you're-
other people like
when you're-
Swerve and you have Jay White. You have so many other people. Hell, MJF. I feel like there's Christian Cage. Shit, Christian Cage. Obviously, Darby when he gets back. Bobby Lashley, Ricochet. I just feel like there's so many people
But you give the
who
belt
just
to
have
Colt.
it.
Fucking Wi-Fi sucks.
Cena and
I just feel like when it comes to, I just feel like I'm not saying Edge can never win a world title, but just based on granted, I didn't watch AEW for a minute. I went to my DVR and had to sit through them episodes, and I even watched Collision. So just based on the story and how they said, yeah, I don't know why I did that, but
You
I
okay?
mean, don't get me wrong, that fast forward button was really working until like Tony Storm came on TV and Jay White, or when he was there actually, but. Just based on the way they told this story and the point of it, the only way these Death Riders end is if you give it to Darby Allin. Now, again, Darby Allin don't got to hold it long. Christian Cage can easily cash in on him, and then Darby can get it back. But I don't think anybody else should win this match because the Darby getting his lick back on a non-champion John Moxley doesn't feel right. It doesn't like it's anticlimactic. In order for Darby to really get he's got to take the most important thing to John Moxley, which is that title that he keeps in a briefcase.
That's why Tony should have said. That's why Tony should have said no. Climb that mountain next year. No, you're in the middle of this.
I would have said,
like,
if you
bro,
want to climb the mountain, wait till after you're champion. What the fuck?
Yeah, like, what's more important, climbing the mountain or the gym? I mean, I guess.
Hey, some people.
Hopefully he can make it back. Some people don't come back from that, bro. That's a dangerous quest, bro. Climbing Mount Everest ain't no joke, bro.
Yeah,
got dead bodies on top of that mountain, bro. Like real talk, that's serious, bro. Mount Everest is no joke, man. I don't know if they made a movie. I can't remember the movie they made. They made a movie about that too. I can't remember the name.
There's like 200 to 300 bodies on there still.
Yeah,
all still there.
You know what's gonna happen if Cope wins that title, and assuming Christian Cage didn't cash in that night, you know who his first title defense gonna be? Chris Jericho.
Nah.
Swerve and Ricochet got the #1 contender thing going on.
Yeah, so chill.
So,
oh, dang.
So
I'm not gonna lie. Swerve is winning that match now, right?
It might be Ricochet.
Honestly, Ricochet versus John Moxley is not a dynamic I want to see.
I would bet Swerve, but
Swerve is gonna win.
It should be Swerve. It should be Swerve.
It should be.
Like he should.
Sorry, I had to say it, bro.
I was trying not to.
All right, look, we're gonna go ahead and head off. I appreciate everybody for coming on. Somebody's mic is going crazy over there. I don't know whose mic that is, but it's been going wild.
I hear it too.
Blame Mo.
Is it Mo's?
Just blame Mo. That always works.
I ain't moving at all.
That's probably Mo's.
He's fidgeting because he doesn't have a stake in the head yet.
Bring back the bubbly.
Why y'all bullying me?
A little bit of the bubbly.
What's up with the new studio?
Bro, bro, that's so good, bro. Oh my god.
That was good. That was good.
He said a little bit of the bubbly. You want some
little bit of the bubbly.
You want some bubbly?
Thing turned into a whole trend too, bro. Just off that little word, man.
That was
and they have a champagne line.
Do they really have that too? Then look at that, man.
Yeah, I did try their bubbly line. It's pretty alright. So it's not the great, but it's good. Yeah.
Money's money, you know. They able to make it work. So, ladies, thank you for coming on the pod. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having
glad
us.
you guys
Thank you.
and engaged.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
I don't know if we're having you back on, brother. Crazy takes, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Ratings, goddamn it, ratings.
But just be prepared to come back and apologize about for being
And he's a
wrong.
Celtics fan, so
Hey, leave my Celtics out of this.
And you're a
leave
Bret
my
Hart
Boston.
fan,
You leave my
too.
world champion.
Apologize
Okay,
to
relax.
apologize to me as well. G Baby is right. Hashtag G Baby.
Yeah, G
That's,
Baby
I'm-
pisses me.
that's 2 years in a row. I'm telling you, that's 2
Logistics.
years.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
He's
Hey,
right.
hey,
Exactly.
Mo, when have you ever been right?
What am I using wrong? Give me a
that
bad
don't
take.
tick. You a clock that don't tick.
Give me a
You're
bad
a Bret
take.
Hart fan. That alone disqualifies you. That alone disqualifies you.
Oh, he's
I'm not
talking to
even a
me.
Bret Hart fan.
Both
No,
of
he's
y'all.
talking to Mo.
Both of y'all. Both
I'm
of y'all.
not
I
even
was
the
like,
biggest
hold
Bret
up.
Hart
I was
fan.
like, whoa.
Petty.
Yeah, I don't know if Mo's
Gee,
ever.
you
Petty-
came
Petty-
for
Petty-
Finn Balor for months.
Yeah,
Don't
that
even
is-
do
that
it,
is
Lewis.
pretty-
Lewis, don't do it. Don't
Yeah,
do
that
it,
was
Lewis.
my
I
guy.
know
Petty-
what-
Petty,
what did I
I'm
do?
just
I
saying,
took off
like,
my-
you
I
know,
took my bet.
Petty, you know 97 Bret Hart overrated.
22 hours.
Wait, 97, what?
I know
You
I'm
know
still going to be
Bret
talking
sucked,
about the
right?
Cena Hill turn in 2 and 3 years. I know I am. I don't know about the rest of
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
It's better.
He's
Yeah.
coming back onto a podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I am.
Today is March 2nd. So yeah, March 2nd.
Yep.
2026.
Let's mark it.
You're
Yep.
coming back to go ahead and say
I
you
mean,
wrong.
you know how
I'm
many
back.
heel turns that were probably less than this that we still talk about to this day?
That's
I'm
weird.
not even over the New Day Hill turn yet. That's still crazy to me.
And
Yep,
they fumbling
same.
that crazy.
Right.
And they fumbling that crazy.
Yeah, they fumbled that shit.
They fumbled that so
They
bad.
fumbled-
I
Yep.
don't know how you fumble a New Day heel turn. That's
I'm so disappointed about how they're doing that.
especially because the first time New Days were heels, that was actually like elite. Like, how do you fumble this again?
Yep.
Like that's
Mm-hmm.
I think they just need,
They had-
honestly, they just need the tag.
Ah, it
They
doesn't
had
matter.
Dom level heat, bro, and they just said nah.
Yeah.
Didn't they lose their first tag?
Triple H
Didn't
on
they
fire.
lose their
They
first
still
tag
got that though,
match?
because when they came out on Raw, they cut a promo like during like the commercial segment or stuff like that. They had niggas couldn't talk, bro.
I mean, they gonna get booed, but look, it's just like it's how I felt when the Street Profits first joined Bobby Lashley. The story they were telling was, yeah, you guys need to embrace your aggressive side. You guys are too nice. Your first 6-man tag, you get soloed by Carlito.
Let's go.
Overturning Carlito. That diminished. Like, I'm sorry, New Day should not be losing to Rey Mysterio off of roll-ups, bro. Like, you should not be losing to my cooked stem cell and lasers off of roll-ups. Like, you shouldn't be doing this. Like, come on, man.
Triple H on fraud.
They're gonna get that win back in Mania.
No, they're not, bro. Triple H fraud ass.
That'll be the Raw before Mania or the Raw after.
Back in Mania, bro. They already unpacked up the left knee. It's only a matter of time, bro. Only a matter of time. Get the win back in Mania.
No.
It's just gonna carry that team.
You see what that therapy Rey Mysterio be going through? He gonna be in the ring for the next 10 years, bro. High def lasers on that knee, man.
No, the stem cells will be good. The stem cells will be good. So we'll be back next week. We got a special debate episode next week that we're gonna be having. So make sure you guys come through for that.
Yeah, hold on, Malik, because we gotta explain this, bro. We gotta explain this to the people because this is a big deal. This is actually a major deal.
Just for y'all too, bro. Just for y'all.
Just for y'all, because the past few months we've had this ongoing debate whether Triple H is a top 10 WWE superstar of all time. He's not, to me. He's not. But these other guys, they disagree. These other guys disagree. But I got a couple people that are on my side. So I'm bringing my best people. Y'all can bring another person. And we're going to get this cracking. We're going to have the ultimate wrestling debate. We're going to have 3 categories of Triple H. And we'll tell you the categories next week. We got to lock them in first.
This better be serious wrestling related, because if it's
this is very wrestling related, bro.
If this is political shit, I'm leaving. I promise.
We're gonna lock everything in. But
it's
the greatest thing about this one,
top 10 or not. So I mean,
if I hear Stephanie McMahon, bro.
But the greatest.
If I hear that shit, I'm out, bro.
Listen. The greatest thing about this debate is that there's no host. There's not going to be somebody deciding who wins each round because this is so biased on everybody's end. So you, the people, will be able to vote who wins each round. So this debate is in your hands. So if you think Triple H is top 10 of all time, I feel sorry for you. But please pull up. If you riding with me and think Triple H is not top 10 of all time, pull up. This is going to be for the people.
Chat, just so you know, I'm the only one that's undefeated on this panel in Ultimate Wrestling Debate. So just rock with me.
Have we not always been on the same team, Lewis?
I've never lost. It don't matter. I've never lost.
Always been on the same team? I feel like there's never been a time I've been against you.
Like one
time.
No, we got it. We got it in the bag next week. We got it in the bag next week.
I mean, like there's been one time where we haven't been on a team.
We got it in the bag next week. You know, the fact that we even gotta have this debate is kind of disrespectful for Triple H. I ain't gonna lie to you. Very disrespectful.
Thank you.
That's crazy. Hey! I will say, this debate. I keep saying how we changing it because you know why? The vibe's gonna be different. You'll understand later this week. You'll understand what that means.
You bringing up Nico vibes?
Is it just the top 10 in WWE or just all of wrestling?
No, okay. So to break it down to you, it started with Jade. Jade, he put something together for like something where we had to guess like his top 30 wrestlers just in wrestling, and he didn't have Triple H in the top 30. He had Kofi Kingston in the top 30, not Triple H. I was like, how the fuck is Kofi Kingston in the top 30 and Triple H ain't top 30 all time? I need to explain that. But then it got to the conversations of, is he top 10 all time in WWE? And I thought it was unanimously yes. And then there were people that came and said no. So I'm like, what are we doing here? Okay, who's above him? And some people threw out different names. And then it became a different topic. And then it went viral on socials that we had because people obviously said, some people said yes, some people said no. It was very diverse. And to my surprise, it was very like split in the middle. Like some people said yes, some people said no. So we made a bunch of clips about it. And they went pretty big, and we thought we'd just make a debate about it. We just gonna have a debate, and we just ended at that because there are some people who are for it, and some people who don't have him in the top 10 are for political reasons. I know people who don't have him in there because of who he's married to and stuff like that, and they feel like
That
feel
shit
like
is
that
stupid.
feel like
We
that
don't ever
elevates
speak about
him
wrestling.
more than that. Then there are people who feel like his wrestling wasn't as good as others. So it just different people's criterias. But it started with that, and then it went to the top 10. But this debate is just top 10 in WWE. This is just strictly in the WWE as a WWE superstar, not all of wrestling. So that's where this debate will be. Which we'll talk about it next week. So. There's a lot to unfold in that. But, ladies, thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. I'll let you guys plug in your socials one more time before we head off here. So, Sienna, I'll let you plug in your stuff one last time to everybody where they can follow you. Then Minx, and then Jesse, you can go after, and then we'll go ahead and sign off.
All right, follow me on Instagram, Blue Sky, and Threads at Sienna_Chanel_ That's on the bottom of the caption. Also, follow me on YouTube at Sienna Chanel. Sometime I do Twitch, twitch.tv/Sienna Chanel, where I normally do streaming, mostly Tekken and 2K. Depends on my timing too. So that's all my plugs. And again, thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun and all that. And yeah, just make sure to follow me where I do like mostly wrestling related content that is like satire, think piece a little bit. And also my journey as a, soon to be wrestling manager, currently in training for almost 2 months. Yeah.
Okay, you can follow me. My handle's right there. Right there, Minx Morose. It's on. I pretty much just use TikTok and Instagram. Like I said at the start of the stream, I do cosplay and fitness stuff. That's what I'm getting into the most right now. And then I also have an art page, Zeros Media. You can find the link to that on my Instagram page. I've been doing a lot of wrestling fan art lately, and it's been getting shared. Jericho shared it on his page. Mercedes Monet, the Outrunners, everybody's been sharing my art of them. So, yes, that's pretty much what I do.
And you can follow me, Jessie, on it's just Jessie Lee on TikTok, and it's just a bunch of wrestling content for WWE. And thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you guys for coming through. Make sure you guys subscribe to the pod, man. We'll be back next week, man. We got a bunch of crazy episodes coming. So this road to WrestleMania is crazy. We got to end off the right way. They ain't been here in a while, so we got to do it the right way.
Sir,
As always, we told you we don't tolerate the Omar slander.
Is rolling in his grave. How dare
it is only right to be
Giant
almost bro.
Gonzalez
It's only right, bro.
It's not even
Greatest of all
time. What?
Greatest of all. Oh wow. Oh,
Been a while,
bro.
bro.
I met him.
Oh,
My dream
it's only right you do it now, bro.
I've done your job the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.